What's up, everybody? What's up? Um, what's up, DS? What's up, everybody? I hope everybody is having a good day. Because my day going well, and plus for me, right, stuff like that. My day is going well, and this is gonna be a Star Wars screen by Star Wars and other stuff. If y'all want me to go over it, and plus this, and plus I will be doing the Dell Zor video. Like you put me just on, let me see, just on Discord, and different anybody else new that is up in the Discord, that up in the screen. I do got Discord, different everybody they go in, stuff like that. Because my Discord, right? People could, in my opinion, they can express their opinions. If you got different opinions and stuff to do in my Discord, then y'all can do it. Because like for me, I think Discord just was designed for people just to communicate and have different opinions on different subjects. In my opinion, Nidra, I don't see. Um, I didn't see him. And plus, I'm gonna try to reach him just on Twitter just to see if he will come. Because for me, right, I did the stream partly for him, but I can't see him right now. I'm gonna try to reach him on Twitter because my link is in the because the link and everything is in the chat just for anybody who want to come in. But Nindroid, I don't see him yet. That and plus I I will be adding this screen to him just to see if he will come because I hope he will come. That is my thing. Because for me, I hope the screen actually be. I just want a positive screen just at the end of the day, in my opinion, and just let everybody up their opinions and stuff like that. What they have about Star Wars and the future of Star Wars and stuff like that. That because like for me, I do think um that I got questions about the Transformers franchise might become back a little bit if this new um how can I say this? If this new Rise of the Beast one come out and actually just be halfway decent, it probably could, in my opinion, restart the franchise and just decanonize some Michael Bay films. I think, in my opinion, because like for me, right there, I think that the Michael Bay films, some of them need to be decanonized. I think if y'all agree, don't agree, because like for me, um, I think for me, if you decanonize Transformers 3 or 4 or both of them, then you could pretty much restart the franchise at this one, I think. And you can actually take out the last night just for Mark Wahlberg, but some people might not like it. But you got to decanonize um you got to decanonize all of them, I think, in my opinion. Because like, yeah, you and me is on the same page because like for me, right, if you can like retcon, right, certain films and stuff like that, which I think, in my opinion, that they could retcon certain stuff that's about film. Because like for me, right, this should retcon like the last one, the last two, I think. This should retcon, or just the last three. If they want to be safe, I think, in my opinion. Be because like for me, right, I think the film and everything like that could be good. That and this film is good, is better than all the rest of Michael Bay's, which is that standard is not that high. It's not that high of a standard if everybody be talking about, because it's not that high of a standard. Because then if you look at it, the Michael film Transformers films, the last two was some, if just like in just an action type of film without much story. If you look at it, because like certain people may always want to, but the last two Michael Bay films was not his best. I think, in my opinion. But if y'all agree, disagree, but y'all, because like for me, because like for me and stuff like that, which I think, in my opinion, right, could be like, in my opinion, could be like a good movie. But my other opinions, like the sound like the Star Wars future, I think, in my opinion. And this future right here sound like like in my opinion, right? In my opinion, there was Star Wars and Transformers. Like like I think if the shows the stuff it if we had like a Transformer live action show with correct on some of the past movies, that would be good. I think, in my opinion, because right, if they could have a Transformers live action show, that would be good. I think something. But the thing is, it's like which Transformer would they use? Because they can use Bumblebee or they can use Ironhide before he got killed. But the thing is, like they can also retcon the second or third one, whichever one he got killed in, and just say he lived or got injured badly. He just came back, like in the live action Transformer shows, just with Bumblebee, him, plus Bumblebee, and plus the Mega Transformers just on adventure, just try to save somebody, which I think could be a good one, in my opinion. Because like for people think that Transformers can have a live action show, I think they could, as long as the studio is not cheap. Because the studio cannot be cheap. If you want to make like series and stuff like that, there's other Transformers, and you want to expand the brand, you got to be able to expand the brand, which I think, in my opinion, is that some studios is not willing to do with certain properties, which is not superhero. I think, in my opinion, which is wrong. Because like for me, in my opinion, it could be good. It could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. But other my other opinions sound like the Transformers series. The Transformers series could be just as big as Marvel DC if Paramount could actually make good movies. If they can make good movies, in my opinion, and not try to worry about just making an action movie and stuff like that, all their franchise, and just try to make good lore, good lore movies for Transformers, because we all know Transformers got lore. Be- because people might not want to admit it, but Transformers do got a lot of lore to it, in my opinion. Be because like for me, if you're not willing to admit that Transformers and have the other series sound like they could bring in like Street Sharks, they could bring in like no, they can't bring Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, but that franchise need a reboot. Um, what else? What else they could bring as a new franchise? I think, in my opinion, which is not Disney, because seeing like Disney can't make anything good unless it's a director there that's already good, and not the company themselves. I think, in my opinion, because people might get maybe all they want to, but I think the Marvel movies, would not have been as good. I think, in my opinion, as Kevin Feige and John Favreau was there. I think it sounded like the head of the universe. Um, it would not have been good. I think, in my opinion, but think about it. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. You could be right. But that's just my opinion about it. Because like everybody think I could be wrong. Everybody think I'm wrong and stuff like that. But just in my opinion, I think the Star Wars universe would that I think the Marvel universe would not have been as good as Kevin Feige wasn't there. I think um wouldn't have been as wouldn't have been as good if he wasn't there. Because like people just say to us on Disney when made it good, Marvel good. I say nope. Because you look at the other Marvel stuff that Disney did, that did sound like how can I say this? Blade 3 was the worst one, and that was the one that Marvel did. That just with Wesley Snipes, and that was the worst Blade out of the three, and that was done with Marvel. I think in my but but the thing I think it just was that bad director that made Marvel 3 bad. But that just me. But everybody just might think that I'm being too too hard on Marvel. But in my opinion, sound like people could try to. That's just me in my opinion. Because I don't think I'm being too hard on people. Because like everybody I think think that Disney is perfect. I think, in my opinion, but they gotta learn that Disney's not perfect, and that's just my opinion about it. Sound like people could get mad all they want to, but it's in my opinion about it. They get mad all they want to, but we all know Disney is not a perfect company. When it's time for, in my opinion, and time for making certain stuff serious, because we know that Thor Ragnarok sound like Jason said last week. I think something like that. Jason said last week. He was here last week, just doing the breakdown of just the Spider-Man trailer. That he was right on that when he said that that Disney is scared to go rated R, and that kind of scares me to a point because just I know Disney and stuff like that might not be willing to do that for Star Wars or certain things, because like the first sign I see that they might do it, it sounds like Captain America Falcon Winter Soldier. But the thing about it, after that show, I didn't see nothing for Loki. I didn't see um the Loki show. The ending was good, but the thing is, in my opinion, sound like Sylvie shouldn't have killed King. I think, in that opinion, but that just me because you look at it. Sound like I think that King was baiting her to kill her, and she did, but she shouldn't have killed him. I think, in my opinion, because that's what she should have treated him just like the Joker. I think it sounds like Batman Joker type relationship. Because think about it, every every time that I think you defeat him, yeah, 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 you could, yeah, you could. But I got this input. I got the link down there, and he want to click on something because, like in my opinion, I'm kind of scared for I'm kind of scared for Star Wars future. It's also good, but shucks, it's also a good future for Star Wars, but I'm also scared for Star Wars, Marvel, and different types of franchises. I think, in my opinion, what I'm scared of because we know that Rogue Squadron it sound like in my opinion cancel, which was dumb. Because like in my opinion, I feel like people wanted to see like a different view from Star Wars universe on like what do the Rogue Squadron people go through, what training, everything that they go through. Like I think in my opinion, the whether they alive yet and that action, the what laws they go through, which I think in my opinion could be could be a good thing. Uh, because like in my opinion, I think that Patty Jenkins Rose Squadron wasn't the normal wasn't the normal type of Disney stuff. I think in my opinion. If y'all know what I mean by that, because you know that Disney try to Disney everything, but we know Patty Jenkins, she's a WB type person, and she would actually put in. She would take it there. I think, in my opinion, and Disney don't want to take it there at certain points, which I think that's the reason why that she's not there. In my opinion, and you can tell your friend that he want to get on the screen that he should click on the links that's in the chat if he want to come in. That be because like for me, in my opinion, um the Marvel stuff, the only thing for Marvel, the only mm, because like Marvel and Star Wars, those is the two big franchises I'm scared because I know that Disney is capable of changing the whole thing, and that is my thing, in my opinion, because I know how Disney do. Because like Mandalorian good, and we got Boba Fett. Because we know that Andor is coming, which was in Rogue One, which I don't know the reason why we getting Andor in the first place. That's my thing. Because why we getting Andor, and so we know we're getting a Sith show. I think we getting, which I think, in my opinion, could be backwards. Which I think for me is backwards, in my opinion. Because like for me, right, there shouldn't be backwards stuff going on, which I think, in my opinion, it do. Because we all know dealing with uh Star Wars stuff. So like we know that Disney is like in my opinion, Star Wars in my opinion, it's kind of like contradictory to a point of certain stuff because we know that Disney don't do certain. It just gonna try stuff. I think in my opinion, contradictory, which I think in my opinion they do. Um, and that logo right there, in my opinion, means a whole universe. I think so on that because think about for me, in my opinion, like I think that Star Wars could mean a whole lot of stuff. The be because you look at Star Wars Vision. Star Wars Vision was good, but then certain Star Wars Vision episodes were better than others. But we got different stuff with different people, just with different parts of the universe. And that was Star Wars just need to go to. I think, in my opinion. Cause you look at this right here, different stuff, different stuff with different people. The Star Wars Vision show was actually good, in my opinion. It it was good to a certain point. I think, in my opinion, it was good. But the thing is, it's some like some people just might think it's not good. But in my opinion, I do think that some episodes of Star Wars Vision is way better. I think is actually better than the movies, and that is kind of sad when I say that an anime short now, an anime Vision short is better than the movies. And the thing, in my opinion, new sequel trilogy is true because we should not be saying that Star Wars Vision is actually better. We should not be saying that Star Wars Vision is better than, in my opinion, we should not be saying that Star Wars Vision is better than the sequel trilogy. We should not be doing that. That is bad in my opinion, and that when I know that yeah like in my opinion it kind of like in my opinion takes away from the bigger picture. But I know that that Disney is losing stuff. I think, in my opinion, some people will like it, some people won't. But in my opinion, like some people might not like it, and that is my opinion about certain stuff. Because like some people like it, some people don't. But everybody is different in their own. Everybody different in their own way. I think, in my opinion, and that just that just me in my opinion and stuff like that because we all know that different opinions I think on the internet is getting like some people in my opinion just can't take criticism. Some people could, some people can't. But then by me, it's like I can take criticism. In my opinion, I could take criticism if you got a point, everything like that. Then it's different. If you got a point, if if you got a point to make during my live stream, then you can do it down below, which I think y'all could be having a good point. Because like for me in my opinion, deal with Star Wars universe. Now the stuff I want to see is like the I want to see the Jedi's because like for me, I just want to see what happened to Jedi's, what happened to the Jedi's, what happened to the Siths after just after Secret Trilogy. That's me. I want to see. I want. I want to see what happened to the Jedi stuff after after in my opinion, after Secret Trilogy. That's just me. Because like some people in my opinion might not like it. But so like for me, it's like I just want to pass just the sequel trilogy stuff. Just past that. Just decanonize and say 7 and 8. Just no, not 7, but 8 and 9 don't exist, and just make shows doing that timeline. And just act like that ain't happening and stuff like that. In my opinion, that'd be better. Just decanonize, in my opinion. Sound like people might not like this, but we might need to start decanonize the sequel trilogy just to make Star Wars stable again. Which I think, in my opinion, because you look at episode 8 and 9, it is some stuff in that thing what wouldn't have happened in episode 1 through 7 or 1 through 6, especially it wouldn't have happened. Because we all know, like episode 1 through 6 is that Ray, a new, just a new person who just not finding out stuff like that, who got powers, will not be able to out Sith a mind control Sith. I think, in my opinion, it wouldn't be able to do it. And that's just me, in my opinion. That's just me. And kind of for me, that word for Star Wars is like knowing that Kathleen Kennedy might have been hired again for 3 more years. But the thing about me, right, it sounds like that this is the same person that made the bad decision to bring in Ryan Johnson for episode 8. We know that she was the same person that had to bring back J.J. Abrams for episode 9, where she put J.J. up in the rock in the hard place. Pause. For this, which I think, in my opinion, is bad in my opinion, because think about it, these sequel trilogies is gonna be like a stain on her job, on her reputation. In my opinion, it will be, because you look at the original trilogy and the prequels. The original trilogy and prequels flow together. It flows together. But the only one, in my opinion, in the sequel trilogy that actually is good, in my opinion, is episode 7. Episode 1 through 7, I will let those exist. But episode 8 and 9, decanonize that. Do not even try to save it. If they want to make shows just to retcon episode 8 and 9, that will be good for me, in my opinion. If that will make the fans feel better, which I think will be a good thing, because we need to decanonize half those stuff that happened in episode 8 and 9, which I think, in my opinion, will be a good thing for the fandom. It will be a good thing. It will be a good thing for the fandom, which I think could be good, bad, and everything between. But it's up to the people, in my opinion, what they want. Because kind of like for me, I actually like some of the stuff the Secret Trilogy tried to do, but they failed. But the thing about it, since they failed at it, they might need to just, in my opinion, go to the basics. Then you build yourself right back up. Because you look at that on the Mandalorian, like in season 1, what kind of like it was about Mandalorian and the channel. Season 1. Then they built up each season and getting deep with the story, everything like that, which I think, in my opinion, was smart. Season 2, you get more in depth and stuff like that, which I think, in my opinion, would have been a good, smart thing to do, which they did. They got more deep in it, everything else like that. it would be smart, in my opinion, to do that. It 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 would be smart for them, which I feel like, in my opinion, to get back. In my It would be smart, in my opinion, for them to get, how can I say this, to get back to basics, like them with Star Wars. Because we all know is that everybody is not light, everybody's not dark. Some people that sit for Jedi, it's like in between. But that just me, in my opinion, something it's it sound like everybody think it Jedi and Sith is just the same. But I come to tell people Jedi and Sith is not the same. Jedi's fight for light, Sith fight for the dark side. But we all know it was some Sith that didn't follow. They need it because we all know that all Sith is not the same. And that's just me, in my opinion, about that. Um, because like for me, in my opinion, um, and you can tell your homie, Diaz, he want to come in, he can click the link right here, and he can come in. The Because like for me, in my opinion, um, which I think, in my opinion, could be good. That could be good, bad, and everything in between. Which I think, in my opinion, could be a good or bad thing. Because like for me, in my opinion, because like me, in my opinion, stuff like that, which I think could be good, bad, and everything in between. That like the one thing from Star Wars I wish they did is bringing how they train, just like everybody train, because we know how self train, but then it's like they should have tell you this how everybody's trained, which I think, in my opinion, would have been a good thing. Like we know, like sorry, Sky High, but similar to that. If y'all know what I mean, it sound like the Sky High school type of but the same things, but that's cheesy and Sky High though. But this should show this how Jeff and Sid, our students, go through school, go through, no, not like in high school, but some like in college, stuff like that, training people, just, how people failing, how people succeeding, and that would be a good thing. Because you see stuff like it could be like they could have like the song like a Jedi or a Sith go undercover, which I think, in my opinion, it could be a good thing. And plus, we all know, like dealing with the universes and stuff like that. What the good thing could be, which I think, in my opinion, could be a good thing, if they can have certain stuff that is real. Sound like expanding universe, because like they had a game sound like Star Wars, this Old Republic, and plus you made your own character. I think it's all that you made your own character, and your character went through school first, and your character had to go through like challenges and stuff like that in order to be free, or try to go through the gauntlet and stuff like that. If y'all know what I mean, dealing with the which I think, in my opinion, could be a good or a bad thing, but kind of like for me, if that was actually stuff that's actually good, which I think, in my opinion, could be good, bad, and everybody in between. uh, because like for me, which I feel like in my opinion, which I think in my opinion could have been like a real good universe and building show, which I think in which I think in my show could have been a good thing. But think about if y'all got a question about what y'all think the Star Wars stuff could be. If anybody seen Ninja or anything like that, then you could tell him like he can actually come to the screen if he want to. That kind of like for me, in my opinion about that, that because like for me, right, I know they plan on doing like a High Republic show based on the past of the Republic, which don't make no sense because we got the which I think could be like a real dumb thing in my opinion. Which I think in my opinion could be dumb, but then should not be about the High Republic. The High Republic should not be replacing the Old Republic, like with Darth Revan and everything like that. Because think about it, if that's true, then that is a bad thing. Which I think, in my opinion, that some people be just be doing. Which I think, in my opinion, which is the worst thing that you can do is try to replace the original just with another book or another series. Which I think, in my opinion, that some people do. Was some of the dumbest things that I read, which I think, in my opinion, is kind of backwards. The other thing about it, everybody different though. If y'all got opinion about it, then y'all can tell me in the comments. Y'all tell me in the comments if y'all think that which Star Wars project that y'all excited for. Because the one that I'm excited for is Boba Fett right now. I'm excited for Boba Fett, but the thing about it, shoot, I probably got to go back and plus which I think, in my opinion, right, could be a good bad thing. Which I think, in my opinion, could be good or bad, and everything in between. But everybody on YouTube, Twitch, if y'all got a question to ask me about the Star Wars future, then y'all can type it in. If y'all got a question about it, um, be, because the Star Wars movies that I would want to see, how can I say this? The Star Wars movies that I would want to see, I would want to see one about Mace Windu if they got one. I want to see a Mace Windu story. A Mace Windu story about the past would be a good thing, and one about the future. Because we know about the future. I think some of that will be good. I think, in my opinion, that will be a good thing if they'll have about the future of Star Wars. But since I'm not sure about which one that people will be excited to see more, because since I know like a Mace Windu story will make lots of money, I think in theaters, unless they're doing him a series or something, like that, which is kind of dumb in the first place. which I think, in my opinion, could be a good or a bad thing. But time for me, right? It's like if they're making a big old Kenobi series, I don't think they do the Mace Windu movie because it feels like it to me, in my opinion, is that they doing they not doing like the prequel stuff in movies. They're doing it like in series, and they're doing it from the in my opinion, they're just doing it for how can I say this? They are just doing it for, in my opinion, they just doing they just doing for Disney Plus just for people just to sub to Disney Plus. I think so, just for people to get it and buy it. I think, in my opinion, but just after that, I think people just cancel it after after certain shows go off air. I think and don't be there for long. Which I think, in my opinion, that's how people do. Because like for me, I really didn't keep Disney Plus after Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I gotta be honest about that because after that show, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, which I think, in my opinion, was one of the best Disney Plus shows from Marvel, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, because we all know, like did with Disney, that was the best flush out story. I think I feels like because because just before I saw the show, everything like that, all the shows, I thought that WandaVision would have been one of the best shows on Disney Plus. But just I know that it's not now. It's Winter Soldier, which I feel like, in my opinion, it's a good thing. But in my opinion, if people want to be like because we getting the show about Andor, a person that was in Rogue One. Really, we get a show by Andor, and plus it was an article about all these shows, and they had a news update too, based on Star Wars universe about the Ahsoka show. That because I think it was Star Wars news today, but shoot, I didn't go on it though. But I would go on that news after I do the Dells over you asked me to do because the Dells over video was actually a good fit. The Dells over video, I'm about to get to it. Okay, let's just try to get to the come on. Okay, okay, I see it. Let's just share it. Okay, let's just play it and see the
Transformers fans, in today's video we're going to be talking about Transformers Rise of the Beast, the possibility there may be some hidden robots in the movie. So what do I mean by hidden robots? Well, before we get into it, we have a sponsor for today's video. Transform your wallet with today's sponsor,
okay.
Rich. With over 30 colours and styles, including titanium, carbon fibre and aluminium, the Rich
All
wallet
right.
provides a sleek design and allows you to do away with the bulky wallets of the past. The Rich wallet
Yeah,
is
hitting Transformers up in this movie. That is really good news.
to snap in and have your cards roll out. If you need to carry cash, don't worry, as all Rich wallets come with a money clip or hand cash strap. The Rich wallet holds up to 12 cards with its metal design made to ensure for maximum durability.
All
Rich
right.
wallet also
Keep
comes
moving
with
up
a
in the
lifetime
world.
warranty. So if you're looking to transform your wallet, use my voucher code DELZORD or visit rich.com/DELZORD to receive 10% off your first Rich wallet with free worldwide shipping. A massive thanks to the Rich for sponsoring today's video. All links and details mentioned can be found in the description box below. So, hidden robots. What did I mean? Well, so far we've only seen Autobots and Terracons on set of the
Okay.
movie. There is an obvious reason for this. The Autobots and Terracons take forms of real-life vehicles.
All right.
Maximals and Predacons will be CGI characters. This
Okay.
means there are no actual alt modes for these groups to spot on set, as they
Dang.
will be added in post-production. However, there may be something we're all missing here, as it may not just be
Okay.
Maximals and Predacon
Okay.
characters we can't see. What about more Terracons? It's not just the animalistic alt modes that are compromised entirely on CGI. The same process can be applied to aircrafts like jets and helicopters.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It could.
In previous Transformers movies, characters with flying alt modes have been all CGI, meaning we often don't know these characters are in the movie until we get visual footage or screenshots.
All right.
With this in mind, it got me thinking, could there be more Terracons in Rise of the Beast? Like robots with aerial alt modes will be added in by CGI after the film is done. We only have 3 members of the Terracon team so far.
Okay.
Scourge, Battletrap, and Nightbird. If you think about it, this is quite a small group. Compared to the Autobots who have a 5-member team, if there are only 3 Terracons in Rise of the Beast, they're going to be
Okay.
outnumbered by the Autobots.
Unless they tease them in the next movie, if this movie actually succeed, they could tease them in this movie.
Extra Terracons involved that we currently can't see. Aerial robots have been in most Transformers films, so if we don't get any jets or helicopters in Rise of the Beast, it would be a little surprising. Military aircrafts and jets are particularly synonymous with the villains in the Transformers franchise, so having a Terracon be one seems likely. The character Cyclonus would be a good fit for a 4th member of the Terracons.
Okay. Okay.
Scourge in G1. What if Battletrap, the orange GMC truck, is actually a duocon? If this is the case, Battletrap could have a helicopter alt mode, which is yet to be revealed. Let's also not forget that the Decepticons are going to appear in the movie. The Decepticons are known for picking aircraft as their chosen alt modes.
Okay.
It's speculated that Decepticons will only play a small part in the movie.
All right. All right. I like this. I like this.
Just don't even know it. Just think. It could be
Oh.
cool to see Air Razor in a battle in the sky with a flying Terracon or Decepticon. So what do you think? Could there be more Terracons in this movie that we just don't know about
Ooh,
it.
okay.
Who would be your pick to join the Terracon ranks as a threat from the sky?
But that
Make sure to leave
wouldn't.
us a comment. Why not drop a like on this video?
Could they do it though?
Until the next one,
Could they do it? That's
thanks
the
for
thing.
watching.
That's the thing. Could they do it though? That's my problem with it because if they could be because I think that all these cannot be like opinion. Um, they can do it, which I think, in my opinion, they could do it, which I think that would be a good idea just to tease them. I think, in my opinion, they could tease them if they want to. They could tease if they want to, which I think could be a good idea. I think, in my opinion, but the thing about it, like some people, some people think that some some people think it could be a bad thing to have too many robots in one movie. But the thing about for me, right, it's like Michael Bay already messed up the universe when he didn't. Which I think, in my opinion, when he messed up the leadership of Matrix, when he messed up the Unicrons, the Unicron War, because he messed up a whole lot of stuff. There's some when some people just don't get. Which I think, in my opinion, he did. Yeah. Because like for me, oh, that's all right, man. That's all right. If he want to come in, I got the link in the chat and stuff too. He want to come in, because like for me, I kind of feel like the Transformers Terracon might be like a big point in this Rise of the Beast movie. I think sound like Medel's always say, because think about if some is hitting inside this movie, and some of them hitting sound like Hellraiser and stuff like that, like he's saying, if he actually is right, because like for me, I still think that Unicron or somebody still could be like a background Thanos type villain. I think, in my opinion, could be it. But the thing about that's just me, in my opinion. That could be he could be like a Thanos type villain, which I think, in my opinion, could be good, bad, in between. Oh,
Hey, brother, what's
what?
going on?
Oh, what's up there? I talk about Transformers and Star Wars. I think the future of Star Wars and stuff like that. Because like for me, I think the future of Star Wars could be good. But the only thing I worry about is Disney, because just, I know Disney just like changing around stuff, which I think, in my opinion, is it's a bad thing, because we know what happened in the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, is that Disney messed it up, and that's why I'm scared in the future for 'em. Because we got a good Mandalorian show season 1 and 2, and
Hmm.
Boba Fett look good, but the thing is, after that, I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to Boba Fett, and hope it's going to be good.
Yeah, shoot, and that's the thing. Because you look at it, the days that Boba Fett come on, those be the days I'll be working most of the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you mean last time it came on like on a Mondays and stuff most of the time,
Oh, yeah.
Monday and Tuesday. I said, oh sure, I'm working.
Well, that's like me because I work Monday for Friday, but I work 2 to like 11 o'clock. So I'm
Yeah,
pretty good. I always I don't get. I know some people watch it at like 2 or 3 in the morning, but I just no way I can do that.
yeah,
And still be able to work on a Wednesday, on the middle of a Wednesday afternoon or something. I guess I'm assuming it's going to be on Wednesday. And it's going to be on Wednesday again, like the Mandalorian was?
Wait a minute. If it's a Wednesday, I'll be off on Wednesday, but at Thursday I have to work. I said,
Yeah,
God,
Wednesday or Friday. Where? Yeah, Thursday or Friday early morning or Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever. You know how it goes. It's Wednesday
yeah,
or yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because the thing about me, right, it's saw like the future of Star Wars, right? If they want to make a good future of Star Wars in Disney, like they need to make shows after the sequel trilogy. Like
Yeah.
that's my opinion.
I remember watching. I remember, Onzo and all them had those watch parties. I was like, yeah, because it's like sometimes it does get on to 3:30 in the morning, and I'm like, oh man, I'm like in the bed. I'm in the bed. I was like, I got to sit in the bed. I can't be on. I can't be on the studio. I got to get up in the morning. So I'm in the bed, and I was watching. I remember one of those Bad Batch ones. The Bad Batch was there was some good episodes, and there was some really slow slow episodes.
But the thing about most of the Bad Batch episodes wasn't worth staying up at night.
Well, no, that was the problem. I remember the one because I was on. What problem was I was on JJ's what was it? He had that round table panel.
Yeah,
And there was an episode that I was like, well, I'll stay up and watch it. And I guess the episode, it was one of the weaker episodes, and the episode was so bad, I guess I fell asleep.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I was like during the middle of the episode, it made me fall asleep. And I was like, and I was so mad. I was like, damn, I gotta watch this again. It was so bad, because I had to be on this panel, and I was like, man, if the episode was so bad, I fell asleep. I really don't want to see it again, but I had to just to be on, do his panel thing. But it was like,
because like the Bad Batch episodes, which I think sound like just for Omega, everything like that. It seemed like the little girl, she could do no wrong.
Yeah, I mean, there was some good episodes. But there was some that was just. But there was some it was just, I'm not being negative, but there was some of them you could fall asleep on, and that was the thing. It was like, man, I gotta watch this again. It was so bad. I had to, it wasn't worth watching. It was one of them one and done. Let me one and done it, and then do my round table, and hopefully next week's a better one. But that's what I say. I really that series.
Yeah,
I ain't saying I would never watch it again, but there's some episodes that they're pretty much one and done. They just really wouldn't worth seeing again. Yeah, or maybe 10 years down the road or something. I ain't gonna say never, because you always, even trash movies you call trash or not so good, you end up watching them again. That's like that goes for like the Independence Day 2. That movie was really bad compared to the original one. But like a couple weeks ago, I was like, I'll watch it again just because I watched the first one, and I was like, I'll just watch it again. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember why it was so bad.
Yeah, that movie was bad. That movie was bad, bro. That movie
I mean, compared to the first one, it was like, the first one was so great. I mean, the first one, that movie, I watched it like I went to the theater 4 times to see that movie. It was so I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, because the first one, I was little and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like your first movie, but think about it, I told my parents I still want to look at it again, and it did.
Yeah.
Because Will Smith was in it.
Well, that was a thing. I said I can see why Will Smith didn't want to play in the second movie, because the script was so bad. But I was like, that's like some of the Men in Black ones, And have you seen the last one that just came out? The one that one was not. Yeah, that one they could have really just shelved and not made. It wasn't. It wasn't the best one.
But that's waited. It should have waited, I think, for that one.
The only good thing about that is, like I said, we used to have this small theater in town, and it only costed me $3 to see. So if I'd have went to IMAX or something or seen that one, I would have been I've been like very upset. But it cost me $3, so it got me something to do, and it's like, okay.
It had cost me $15 because
that's the thing. That's why I missed my little theater. That's why I missed my little theater in town, because I haven't seen the Ghostbusters. I mean, I want to see it, but I don't want to travel. I don't want to travel 50 miles to the coast to see, especially since the gas here just went up to like $3.40 a gallon. And I'm like, and then had to pay $15. I mean, I've heard good reviews about it, but it's one of those movies, It may. I've heard good things, so it's a movie I want to see it anyway. But I was a little worried about it because compared to that 2016 Ghostbusters, that one really was a, that's was not wasn't worthy to be made either. But that's what I'm saying. But I'll say I'll wait till it comes on streaming. Now, but if like I said, if it had my little theater uptown like we used to have. I would have went up there. I would have saw it, today or yesterday for $3. Okay, I'll go see it. I just,
because like in my opinion, that this could be controversial to say, but the thing about it is like in Star Wars, we need to move away just from the Skywalkers, I think, and just and just try to go on other adventures, because you look at it, George Lucas didn't stay on the Skywalkers.
Well, like movie wise, I mean, really, there's nothing really else you can. I mean, they can do the show. I was maybe still some of the shows like the Mandalorian's doing where they brought Luke in and all.
Yeah,
that makes sense because that fills in some gaps. Yeah. But like where the movies ended, I wouldn't do no more movie. I wouldn't do no more Skywalker movies. They need to go back to Old Republic.
Unless you got grandkids or something like that. Unless you got
I mean, but I would stay away for at least 5 or 10. Look for a little while. Just stay away from the Ray and Ben Solo and Finn and all them. Just stay away from that bunch. Go back to the Old Republic. I mean, if you have
2 or 3 movies, at least about 2 or 3 movies, give you a
I like go back that way. I mean, only character you actually should know in that one maybe Yoda. That's the only one. When Yoda was young, that would be the only character I would really
remember. Because you remember it said Mace and Yoda was friends.
Yeah, well, Mace wouldn't go that. I'm sure. I don't think Mace was that old, so he wouldn't be. Yoda's like what's it, like 600-700 years old? So
yeah.
I mean, Mace, you could go back a little bit and get Mace, but Mace you couldn't go that far back and have Mace. Yoda would be the only one of that Jedi's.
Yeah, and Joe Lucas said Mace wasn't dead either. Sound like
Well, you know what they should do, and this would be a good idea. I hope they do bring Mace back, and they either in Boba Fett or one of these, they finally, figure out, give him a proper send off. I would like to see a young Mace Windu story. Bring it back when he just started as a Jedi. That would be a good series when he just become a Jedi, and I'm not sure.
So on season 2, and you just end it when he older. You know what I mean? So
I can understand. See, I have a feeling that they could be like Boba Fett. Boba Fett, he could be in his Boba Fett movie, and Boba Fett gets his revenge on him for killing his father. Because we don't never see him now in the later movies, so we assume he's dead. So, but we don't know. I mean, how he died, how he officially died, and all that. But I would do, if they do that, that'd be fine. But I would bring, like I said, a young Mace Windu story. Yeah. Have him how he. I'm not sure who his master was. Was it Yoda or who trained?
No, it wasn't Yoda. It was somebody else.
But see, that's what I would like. See, I'm not sure what I have. I know some people like up into like the real lore. They would know it right off the bat. I'm not sure, but I could see. His Jedi Master. So that would give us some new characters because I'm sure we haven't seen that character yet. And we probably Yoda would be in there.
Yeah. Because you notice like Mace Windu could have see through the dark side because you remember like you remember like
he's like considered a great Jedi where he's partial light and dark. But see, that would be cool. Have a young sort of like have a show like where he's the age of how Obi-Wan Kenobi is within the prequels, how in the first movie he's that age where he's not like a youngling. He's like a little kid, but he's like maybe a teenager, And even what's his name? Obi-Wan Kenobi's what's his name? What's his name? Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah, he could actually possibly be in there too because they're about the same age. Him and Mace were I'm thinking about the same age.
No,
and even Count Dooku.
He was older.
Even
he was older.
Well, yeah, a little older, but he could probably be in there. And even Count Dooku, you could probably have Count Dooku, but before he returned, turned to bad. You could have him where he started at. I mean, you could have some of those, some of them older Jedis you see in that first prequel movies. You could see them as like young Jedi. So they're all like, they're like the teenage, teenage like younger Jedi's. And then of course, you're going to have older Jedi. So we'll get that could introduce us some new characters that we haven't even seen before and all. See that I would love to see that. That'd be perfect. That would be and really, and it's sort of like it ain't the what they call the High Republic, but it's that little time period before all the the Emperor and all that started coming in there. So, I mean, to me that would be awesome. That'd be an awesome show right there. You could do a series on that, or even a movie. I mean,
could you see Star Wars Vision?
I saw it. I mean, it was okay. I mean, it was some of it was the first couple was really good. I mean, some of them were a little cheesy. I mean, when the one with the guitar player and all that, I was like, I didn't understand.
I think usually at the
that one really didn't make sense. I was like, I thought I was watching the Nickelodeon show or something. There, it was like it looked like something you would see on like Nickelodeon or something. But it was okay. I didn't like. It wasn't my favorite. I mean, the samurai one at the beginning was I like the artwork. The artwork was really good and all that.
Sound like I would love to see him like in a movie or something like that. Sound like in a live action movie.
Yeah,
walking through the city and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see that one.
Yeah,
because like Kathleen Kennedy, I hope that story ain't true that she was signed for 3 more years.
Yeah, that's terrible. I know.
Because the thing about it wasn't confirmed yet. Like that. Because for me, right, Kathleen Kennedy was the same person who let Rian Johnson write Luke Skywalker dying. I said,
well, yeah. Was she pretty? Well, she was really a bad choice in the beginning. I mean, when Lucas sold him over and put her in charge, I hope. I mean, as they said, it's pretty much confirmed. But if she is, she just needs to take care of the financial and let John the creative work. Just stay out of the creative. Just let her just say, "Hey, I'm the boss. I sign the checks." But I got these other people who are my creative people, like Jon Favreau and Filoni. Just stay at it. Don't put her agenda, wanting to make everything like a woke Star Wars or what. Just stay out of it. She just sit up there and be the head boss and just sign checks, and that's it. That's what she needs to do. But she doesn't need to. That's what I'm saying. She starts putting dabbling in the thing. That's when everything starts going. Leave Favreau and Filoni along, when they do their movies and stuff or shows and everything. But I mean, there's a lot of this, there's a lot of things that, like I said, you could get away from the Skywalker thing. There's a lot of Star Wars legends and stuff. I mean, the Old Republic's full of stuff. I mean, you go ton of stuff in the Old Republic. And you can, let's see, I've seen
because like if you look at it right in the future, some of that, like wouldn't it be smart showing the Jedi getting back, just having schools, just having temples again?
Yeah, and that and you could even go in the future beyond Rey and them. You could do like 100 years in the future, and you got that story with the what they call them, the one that looks like alien creatures, Quazon, can't even pronounce them. You know what I'm talking about? And they look like alien creatures. They'll come attack. It's one of them expanded universes, but I mean, there's a lot of things you could make the fans happy. Yeah, you can make the fans happy.
Yeah, and the thing about me, right? If I was Disney, just decanonize episode 8 and 9 and keep episode 7. That's it. That's all Disney now. If Disney announced that,
or do like you remember when I was talking like when we was talking before. You know how George Lucas, when he before he did the prequels, he went back there and re-released the originals and changed stuff around. You know how he
Yeah.
Why can't we do that? He could go back in 8 and 9, and I don't know. Try to fix. You could try to fix it the best you can. I mean, with the technology today. I mean,
yeah. It's easy to fix stuff now. It's easy to fix stuff now.
Well, supposedly episode 9 had two different. They filmed a lot of stuff they did not show. They were supposed to be what's his name? God, I'm thinking of everybody's name. No, the blue what is his name? The blue guy. The guy's who what's Ahsoka's looking for? Thrawn is supposed to be in episode 9.
Because we all know that everybody just would have died. That he would episode 9.
Yeah,
because he's smart, and plus he think about that. He think about 10 steps ahead, even before you think.
Yeah. And I would love that. Did they show about that? How I know I've seen a fan video how they showed how Thrawn was a general out there and how he tricked. I mean, I would love to see they make a Thrawn movie or something. That would be just stuff like that. There's so we don't have to have a Skywalker involved in a television, in a show.
Yeah, because you look at the Jedi Council. The Jedi Council they have people that wasn't named Skywalkers on the council. Why can't we just do the same thing for the movies?
Well, look at those games they did for the Old Republic. You have like 100, you have like tens and 10 or 20 or 30 Jedi running, and then you see 20 or 30 Sith blades light up, and you see them running, and it's just a massive fight. Yeah. I mean, like sort of like an Endgame, sort of like Avengers Endgame. How they had that big fight. Could you imagine a freaking Jedi and Sith battle like that? I mean, that's what I want to see.
Oh, well, that would have been good.
That's the Old Republic. That's what I'm saying. Make them go to the old. They got so much not, and they don't have to be exactly how the games, but God, you got Darth Bane, you got Revan, you got ton of Darth Plague. Plagueis is another one. We can have a movie about him. He's canon, so I would like to see him on screen. I like to see how they portray him on screen. But I mean, just imagine all those people just fighting. A big ass Lord of the Rings type Avengers Endgame fight with the Sith and just all over the place.
Oh yeah, that is true. They could have spoiled Yoda. I mean, he was younger too.
Yeah, Yoda. Like I said, Yoda's 800 years old or something. So
yeah.
So
you look at it. You look at the Yoda show. It could be about 4 or 5 seasons if you look at it.
Yeah, and you know what? And it can show how what's the other the female Yoda? They talk about.
Oh yeah,
she was in there a little bit. And see, they think that's Grogu's mom, so they could show how maybe that's how Grogu. There's a lot of I think that's going to be tied in. I think they're going Yaddle. I think they're called Yaddle or something. Yaddle or what was her name? Yeah,
Yaddle. I think
Yaddle or something.
Yeah, because her name was the female version of Yoda.
Yeah, Yaddle. I think it was called Yaddle. Yadi, something like that. But yeah, but I was like, they can go into that. I mean, and it could tie. They can get stuff to tie in and all that. But I'm saying you don't have to. I mean, I'm not saying enough about the Skywalker thing. See, because that Obi-Wan Kenobi show, I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah. I think that's going to be a really good show. There's a lot of shows I'm looking for. That Acolyte show that's supposed to be before the prequels, when it's more of the Sith, and it's in the vision of the Sith. You're sort of like you're the prelude of the Sith.
And that's kind of dumb to me though, Thomas. If you want to make your Sith Acolyte show, right? Make it about the future, because we all know that the people is tired of going into the past. I think, in my opinion, just for a while, because the Mandalorian is about the future most of the time. Boba Fett is about going to the future.
Yeah,
stuff like that. Sounds like the Sith.
Well, I mean, I hope Boba Fett they do some flashbacks. I hope they show him getting out of the Sarlacc pit. I would love to see that. Him, how he escaped that Sarlacc. That would be an awesome, a little flashback. They're gonna flashback it. How he comes in his mind. So what for Grogu being. clone than ever imagined. Yoda and Yaddle. Yeah,
Ooh,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. John,
yeah,
I don't.
yeah. Because look at it, that some like Google never said like he was born. Remember, he never said he
Mhm,
was born. Remember this
mhm.
doing the thing just when Mandalorian everybody was asking who was his
I
parent, who
think
was
they're
his
gonna
parent,
go
he
in
never
there.
answered. And he never answered the question either. That
Yeah,
who
but
were his parents?
they said he was in the Jedi Temple though, so he was there before the
He
Order
still doesn't know
66.
though. That
Yeah,
like things like he's 50 years old though. He
yeah. I was
still
gonna say
wouldn't know
he's
who his parents is. He still wouldn't know.
no. I don't know. I mean, they hopefully they'll explain that. That's one of them little they put it on screen and didn't tell anybody. So hopefully it's something that we'll get to learn in the future.
Oh
But
yeah,
what?
yeah. Because you want to break down the Boba Fett trailer and see if you seen the Boba Fett trailer, because so I just want to break
Yeah, I've
that
seen
down.
it. Yeah, yeah, I saw it. It's pretty good. I was hoping they would release another one by. I know they had the first one, and I saw the was it the what was the one on Disney Plus? They had like a little special. I saw that the Boba
Oh, okay.
Fett. Yeah. But I mean, other shows coming out. I mean, of course, Ahsoka. I'm looking forward to. That should be good. The Rangers of New Republic. I guess if they still have it, I don't know if it would Gina being gone. The Lando.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
interested
no,
in the
Gina gone.
Lando show. I'm interested in the Lando show, but I ain't heard much about it. So they just announced
Yeah.
it and they haven't said nothing else. Um,
Ooh,
the
and this is
Kazdorian show. I'm not sure about. I haven't seen nothing about that.
no, and play an Andor show. The Andor maybe
Andor,
somebody.
I haven't, yeah, but they haven't really showed nothing about it. So it's been really.
Yeah.
I was surprised they hadn't showed a trailer for it or anything because that's coming out.
Yeah.
At first of the year. So
Because I seen like sex, everything like that doing the Disney Plus thing on the first one I think they did.
yeah, I'm hearing a lot of hate. A lot of people are hating about it. They said they just didn't want it. So I mean, I'll watch it. I mean, I'm interested in seeing it. I'll see how it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my it's not the first thing on my list I want to see, but I mean, I'll give it a try. I mean, anything Star Wars, I'll watch it at
Oh,
least
okay.
once, and I'll watch it at least once, and if it's something I really like, so all depending. I mean, I just I'm interested. I just like to see some more things about it because I hadn't seen nothing, no still shots, no trailer, nothing. I mean, the Obi-Wan looks awesome. I can't that one. I know that one comes out. I think it's going to be out May 4th. I think they're going to push it out May 4th.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely want to see that. But
Yeah. Because like the one thing that I'm worried about dealing with Disney and Star Wars is like we all know that Kathleen Kennedy got a habit of trying to get her nose to everything,
oh yeah,
and that's my
well,
one thing
they're trying to put agendas in. They try to. It's sort of like Last Jedi. I'm not going about anything, but how they sort of push the feminist sort of movement in the Last Jedi, with the captain, and they sort of like, and they were sort of degrading Poe and all that. It was sort of they trying to do that, that woke type. So I don't like. So just leave that crap out.
Yeah, that
Just
make a good story. Just make a good
Yeah,
story.
because even I don't care. It doesn't matter to me if there's a female captain of the starship or a man or an alien. It doesn't matter. But the lady they put the lady they put in there, she seemed so fake. That was the problem with that. Her character. I couldn't believe it. She felt forced. She was forced upon us. I mean,
yeah.
it would sort of make. Yeah, her character didn't have no meaning. It wasn't like see it ain't nothing about you just don't want a woman captain. No, but you got Princess Leia. When she does her roles, you could feel her. You feel her character. It feels real.
And plus,
other character, but I'm just saying she felt real. the general there, it just seemed just like, oh, I'm just doing a play here, and she didn't fit the role very good at all.
And plus, the costume didn't make no sense either. To
the
be
costume, and it was sort of, it was like,
just as a costume, right? Why would you wear a dress?
Yeah, it was. Well, I'm not even that. It just didn't seem like, dude, you're fixing to get blown out of the sky, and you got a big ass, starship, bigger than the whole 52-inch screen across the thing that's shooting at you, and she just did not. She did not see, she didn't seem like a leader. You couldn't feel no emotion in her role, and that's what it was. I mean, that's the thing, she didn't feel like she gave. Her performance was real lacking. I mean, you just didn't feel the emotion, like she was in the role good. That's what I didn't like about it.
Yeah, because you look at the prequel Star Wars, right? Because you could have feel like the pilots, like
yes, exactly.
You could have feel it. You could have feel it doing the prequels and stuff like that. You could have feel everything doing the prequel. You could have feel the star battle. You could have feel the saber fighting. You could have feel the dialogue, everything like that.
Even out of that trilogy, I gotta say that the last Jedi was the worst of all three of them. I even the last one to me was bad, even though it was really thrown together. The last Jedi just messed up so many things. It's just like, it's like Snoke. I mean, I like the way they right till they killed him. It was like, that was the thing. It was like, I like the way they were
retcon on Snoke, I think, in the up in the sea or stuff like that. Like they need to retcon the Snoke to be alive, I think. You know what I mean? Like if they can retcon.
Well, yeah, because it didn't make no sense, because the way they introduced him into the first one, and he was not no clone, and they can say all they want. He was not a clone. He was an character, because he said things. He says, "I've been there before the Empire, and I've been here." Unless they gonna say Palpatine was speaking through him, if that's what they're saying. But it was like, that's what I'm saying. But it just, they really. That's why I hated this. JJ should have did all three films, and because and then with the Knights of Ren thing. I mean, you were talking about these Knights of Ren in the first one. You didn't see them at all in the second one. And then they just show up out of the blue on the third one. Well, where the hell were they for 2 damn movies? And then then they were easy killed off. And like, these guys are supposed to be, they were supposed to be like the X-Men of the damn, you have Wolverine and you have the X-Men. These are like the other X-Men behind Wolverine. And it just did not do nothing for me.
Yeah, and they got beat down by rookies. They got beat down by rookies.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Job says the pink hair was also weird. See, I didn't even care about the pink hair, but it was just, to me, it was just like, it was sort of like, it was just, they were trying to push a statement or try to push an agenda on it. That's all it was. Yeah. It was like, hey, look, we can have and I don't care. See that? I mean, I'm like some of the people. I don't care if it's a woman or a man, or like I said, is the head of curse. But put somebody in the role that I can look to and that I feel their emotions and everybody bashes on Rose Tika. I had no problem with Rose Tika. Rose Tika's role. She didn't bother. Like I said, that general bothered me more than Rose Tika. I said that's why.
But it's not like the Rose Tika role, right? I didn't hate the actress, but the role to put her in, but the role to put her in seemed like it wasn't. She didn't have no purpose in like.
Well, that was like the whole thing, and I know they said about them going to the casino, and that was sort of a waste of thing, and really, and I think and Finn, they really wasted his character too. I mean,
he could have been.
Well, that's what I'm expecting him to be a Jedi, and after the third one, Finn, you could have those powers, but now we're at the end of the third movie, and you haven't. I mean, you made him a garbage. Basically, you got him like I first thought he was the chosen one. He was going to be a Jedi, or he was going to be a second Jedi. Going to have two. And they didn't make him a garbage man, like he was a janitor garbage man. and then you basically you had him you had him asleep for half the movie because he was like he was in the got knocked out or something, and it was just like.
Yeah, he was healing up. I think something like that. He was healing up from the injuries.
Yeah, and it was just like God. It could have, they could have made that character could have been so much better. They could have made his character so much better, and he just waste. It was a waste. It was sort of a. They by the third movie, him and Ray should have been both. Both doing force lightsabers, and they should have been both. He should have been there fighting. Instead of him riding a horse on top of a Star Destroyer, he should have been in there at X-School too with lightsaber. I mean, that should have been my, where he should have been.
They say that was JJ plan though, but the thing is, Ryan Johnson messed
up. Ryan Johnson. He just, he
messed up the whole thing, man.
He, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna,
that's why either.
I mean,
because he doubled down on something. I just wonder
if it wasn't if I have never seen a sabotage in a movie before, it was been that one. I mean, it was like you basically went in there and you killed the villain off. You killed the hero of Luke Skywalker, who pretty much is the hero of Star Wars anyway. They consider you killed not just the villain, you killed the main hero, the young hero hasn't even been fully trained yet.
How about this would have happened, right? Something like Ray, Finn, Luke, and everybody going to the venture, right? And Finn turned to the dark side at the end, something like Anakin did.
I see even that. I mean, just there's so I'm just a fan, and I have things I would like and all that, but. It's just like God,
he could have been Mace Windu's son.
I wish. Truthfully, what I wish? I wish JJ and this other guy wouldn't have. I wish they would have gave it to Filoni and what's his name? Filoni and Favreau. Favreau. I wish they would let them make the movies. I guarantee if Favreau and Filoni would have made those 3 films, we would have had. Had been a really good sequel. I mean, today they'll be like, "Oh my God, are we going to get episode 10?" I mean, that's just I feel because I just looking at what they did on the Mandalorian and hopefully it's Boba Fett and all that. I mean, we would have got that. I hate to say it, the Mandalorian was better than the last 2 Star Wars movies. So
yeah,
I mean, I liked I liked episode 8. I mean, you could see it was a lot of copy from the originals. It was a sort of a reboot copy. I mean, but I still liked it because I hadn't seen Star Wars long. So I mean, I liked it. Yeah. But like I said, those last 2, The Mandalorian was a better series than those 2 movies.
How about this would have happened? Sound like they would have made sound like a Republic soldier Rambo type movie. Sound like you get a unit behind enemy lines. They try to get to a spot. Just be rescued and stuff like that, and it puts the civil soldiers going after them. It'd be like a scene, something like Rambo 5. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And that would have been like a good movie, but we know that Disney is not willing to show blood though.
Yeah. Well, I was just listening to the thing. I guess Disney, the shareholders and all that are pretty upset with what's happening with Disney Plus, because the problem is, Disney Plus, they can't have nothing better, no more than a PG-13 type movie in there, and they're real limited. If you can see, but if you go to Disney Plus over in overseas in Canada, they have they have Deadpool, they have all these other movies, and they're saying that yes, now they're growing in these other countries, but they're stale here in the United States because you got your Star Wars fan, they'll watch the Star Wars, and then when it's over, boom, they're gone. The Marvel fans that watch your Marvel show, Hawkeye, and boom, they're gone because there's nothing for there's nothing for fan like teenagers or adults, and there's not because. because they put some of that stuff on Hulu, but I don't, if you don't want Hulu, I think they need to just get rid of Hulu completely and just get the Star, put the Star, just like they have on.
Put them together.
Put it together, yeah, and just I would just get rid of Hulu and just make it Star, boom, get rid of it, and then then you can put Alien, you can put Predator, you can put all those movies because they got all the Family Guy, they got all these shows and movies.
They need to sell it. They won't use it. Just sell it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the thing in the United States because they're basically the United States has the worst Disney Plus service. Because when you do your VPN, they call my phone. I can do the VPN, and I can go to those Disney Plus over in Australia and UK and all. And I'm like, damn, I can watch Armageddon. I can watch Deadpool. I can watch. Family Guy, Bob's Burgers. I can watch any of those movies, but they're rated R and different things.
Yeah.
But that's what I was saying. It's that it's not Disney. That's what some of the shareholders because they're not growing because a lot. I have kids, but so a lot of my kids will watch. They'll watch. We can watch some of the family stuff, but eventually. But when you're adult and teenage, some of my teenage sons. They don't really. Only thing they'll watch on Disney Plus is Star Wars and Marvel, and that's it. Because they're not into Mickey Mouse and they're not into cartoons and all that stuff. I mean, they got some good National Geographic stuff and things like that, but like for like an adult stuff and all that, and it's a waste. Why people in Canada can get all this, and we're here in the United States and we can't get crap, and that's. And they force you to buy Hulu if you want to get other things. So I'm like, no, I'd rather get HBO. I'd rather get HBO Max, and I'll get something different.
Oh yes, and that's what I paid for because that Disney Plus had did me dirty because I was trying to fight Alien one day. I can't find it. I can't.
Well, you can watch it if you're in Canada, or you can watch it if you're in any of the other countries. You can watch it on there.
I don't get why Disney just put radar stuff everywhere else but here. That make no sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They get it like there's their goody two shoes. Oh, we got to be family friendly. But okay, in UK and Canada, it's okay. We can put rated R films but see about only thing about them, they have an age thing. If you're kids, you can put an age lock on. Okay, they have like from 14, 18, 16, different type movies. We'll do it here. Do the same thing here. Put parental advisory things that when you set up your kid's account, they can't watch anything that's rated R. You can do that.
Just put a code on it. Just put a code on the jump.
Exactly. That's what they do on the international ones. So, but what it is, they're greedy because they figure, we're going to force them to buy Hulu and all this instead of just putting everything together. And
they got backfire on them after a while.
Well, that's what the shareholders. Because what is it ain't growing, and because I'm sorry, you can put so many Mickey Mouse cartoons out, and that's just gonna get people wants. Okay, I love Star Wars. I like Marvel stuff. But guess what? Well, look what Netflix put Squid Game out. Netflix put Cobra Kai out. Well, Cobra Kai I think Cobra Kai is PG.
Cobra Kai season 4 coming out next year. I think.
Yeah, I think that would be. I'd be like a PG-13. PG-6 because they're not too bad, but Squid Game, I'll go Squid Game. Squid Game would be like a rated R series, or Stranger Things. Stranger Things, I think, is rated R too, and they're more mature. Yeah. Okay, see, people like me and you and people here in the United States, we would like to see different shows like that. We don't have to be a Squid Game, but we want to see something that's more adultish on Disney Plus. I mean, I don't want to see the Mickey Mouse Club and High School Musical. That's not, I don't want to see that. I might watch it with my kids, but if I'm just, I like cartoons and things too. I'll watch some Pixar films, but sometimes I want to see an adult film and stuff. And, I like today I had to watch, my little young one. He wanted to see the Clifford the dog, the Clifford the big red dog. It's on Paramount Plus. He wanted to see it. So he's 4 years old. So, so I put Paramount Plus and I watched it with him, so, it was family night. So, yeah, but And it was, it wasn't, and I'll give it one thing. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It was a family film. It wasn't that bad of a movie.
It's a family film. What do you?
Yeah, it was good. But
it's gonna be cheesy anyway. It's gonna be cheesy. It's a family film.
Yeah, it's a family film. It was on Paramount. But see, like that, Paramount has kid movies and they have adult movies. HBO Max, and Netflix, Peacock, they have family movies and they got adult movies. But guess what? If I wasn't there with my kid, I wouldn't watch Clifford. I would want to watch something else. It's just like on HBO Max. We watched something on HBO Max the other day. It was kids, and then they went to bed. And guess what? Then I watched The Sopranos. They had the sequel to The Sopranos movie, and so I watched that. Yeah. I'd probably later. If I don't watch it tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to watch the Will Smith one with the Serena Williams, King Richard. Yeah, that's on. It's free on HBO. I want to check that out. That looks like
something like a Paramount Plus, right? If Halo come out and that show be a hit on Paramount Plus, that is gonna be a big hit to Disney. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because we know the Halo coming, and because we know Gears of War and stuff like that, and that's on Halo Plus. That's gonna be another thing that's gonna take a hit on Disney Plus pockets because we know that on that other streaming services is willing to go adult.
Well, just like Job says here, it says Netflix puts family-friendly shows like Lost in Space. Yeah, they put Lost in Space, which is a PG movie, a PG show, but then they have Squid Game also. So you got your thing for your family, and then if mom and dad are not with the kids, and they say, hey, we want to watch, it has to be a too raunchy of a movie or show, but we want to watch something that's more adultish, that like Squid Game or something a little, something that type. It has to be violent, but more adult, adult type movie or show. We can watch that. That's what's good. He says Paramount have RoboCop is owned by MGM, so I don't know.
WB? Is that WB?
MGM? No. Well, I don't know who has the streaming rights. RoboCop is MGM. That's the MGM, but I don't know who. But MGM just got bought out by Amazon, so that might be on Prime. They might all them MGM shows probably be starting to be going on Prime soon because they just got bought out by.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, they own like Rocky, Creed, James Bond, all them. So that you'll probably, I think they own RoboCop too. So I'm not sure. Halo will be a great. I'm not sure who has Halo. I know they've been trying to do a Halo movie for the last 10 years, and they just.
Halo is being done by Paramount Plus.
Oh, Paramount's going to get it. Okay. Yeah, well, because Prime is doing the Lord of the Rings show. It's coming out next year too.
And Gears of War, if WB just might get that, I think.
Gears of War probably.
Division.
I think. Yeah.
I think that's WB.
It's going to be that, or one of those, or even Peacock. Yeah, they got it. One of those. Because Disney ain't gonna do nothing like that. You're gonna have either HBO or Amazon. Amazon's been buying a lot of those shows out too. So
sound like Amazon. I like them, but the thing about it on Amazon is not going to do no Gears of War. If they do more than already and spend that type of money, did
you see how much they're spending? How much they're spending on that Lord of the Rings show? I don't know how they're going to make the money back on it.
$200 million, I think.
They paid just the rights alone. They paid it was $500 or something $million, or just for the rights. That's not even making the movie. Just for the rights to make the show. It was like, and then if they try to do it even similar to the way the movies were, I can't imagine. This is maybe one of the most expensive TV shows out there. If they make it good, I mean, let's say really cheap it up, but say Halo is a show on Paramount Plus. There's always a trailer out. It's cool. Yeah. That'd be good. I mean, that Paramount Plus is sort of a new network, a new streaming anyway. And that would boost it.
The top three, in my opinion, in 5 years is going to be Netflix, HBO, and Paramount Plus. Those might be the top three if Disney just don't change around this stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing, because right now it's Netflix is number one right now, and Disney was catching up with them, And then Peacock is good and bad in its own way. I mean, they have good things and bad things. They had a good. Now, if you like Halloween movies, they had a good selection of Halloween movies this year. They had pretty much the whole, every Friday the 13th, every Chainsaw Massacre, every Chucky movie, every Friday the 13th. They had the whole, like, every Saw movie. I mean, they had a massive selection of Halloween movies.
I think the studios who own them is taking them back and putting it on their streaming services.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is a lot of these, and that's another thing I don't like about the Disney Plus here in the United States. They'll put a movie and then they'll take the movies away because they've had these contracts before, and you'll see some of their Disney movies. They'll show up on HBO Max or show up on Netflix because I guess prior in a lot of the Fox movies too, because they had before they bought Fox out. They have a lot of prior contracts where they would stream them on different networks and stuff. So.
And did you hear about the Transformers Rise of the Beast and put the updates I was doing on my live sometime of some of the Rise of the Beast?
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in it. I hope they improve from the last. Now that Bumblebee movie I thought was okay. It was pretty good. But I mean, I just hope they improve from the past movies because they were getting a little cheesy.
Oh yeah, because you look at behind the scenes stuff that they is going with the stuff that be in the comic books.
Yeah, it's not the same guy. It's not the same was producer. What's his name? He produced the original.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Yeah, it just the dude who did Creed 2.
Okay.
Jr.
I just want to. That's the thing on the Transformer movies. The Autobots didn't look that bad. The Decepticons look terrible. They look like slimy bugs. It's like I didn't like Starscream. I didn't like the way they made Starscream. I did not like Megatron. Megatron I didn't like at all. I didn't care for that at all.
Because Megatron's face wasn't the same way like I remember.
And he wasn't a gun. He wasn't a gun. And Soundwave was not that good. And even the Dinobots was. But the thing was, and then
was on Starscream.
Well, like Devastate. What really the first movie was. I liked the first movie. I mean, I had problems with it. Like I said, the Decepticons, the way they looked and stuff. But then that second movie when they did Devastator, I did not like Devastator at all in that movie.
But that Tyrese line was funny though when he see it because Tyrese said, "Why do the big old bad guys always get the best weapons?" And boy, I was laughing. The whole was laughing after he said that line.
Yeah, but when they did Devastator, I didn't like Devastator at all in that movie.
Like
he did not look the Destructicons.
Yeah. So after that movie, I went back and saw Devastator. Just how he supposed to look. I was mad.
That's what I'm saying. I watched it in the theater, and I was like, man, this is crap, man. Because I was a big fan. That was one of my childhood favorite things. Between the original animated shows and the animated movie.
Yeah.
They did not do Devastator justice. I did not like that at all.
Yeah,
it wasn't green. For one thing, he's supposed to be green, and he wasn't even green.
Yeah, he was kind of like gray, something like that.
He was like, in the way he didn't even look like it because Devastator's like a big old robot. He looks like a big old green robot.
Yeah,
and but with all the little crane and dump trucks and all that. I mean, he didn't even look like He didn't look like it at all.
That because like when people say Devastator had supposed to be in the movie, I was hyped just until I went to the theaters and saw it.
Oh yeah,
God, dog.
The acting was so terrible. I know Megan Fox was in it, and everybody's like, "Yeah, that was probably the only thing that helped it out." Her running, looking good, but the acting was terrible. It was like, "Oh, we got to run." It was like,
Shia LaBeouf was kind of good, but the only problem was the people around him, his parents.
Yeah,
his parents that was in it. They was kind of strange.
Yeah, it could. I was gonna say it could have been a lot.
And kind of like for me, right? That his parents didn't know there's nothing wrong when they see a messed up yard and just what trucks inside the house.
Oh yeah.
They ain't never
I mean, the movies they made a lot of money. I mean, those movies made a lot of money. They just, they made a lot of money overseas and all, but they got worse as they kept making them. It just got worse and worse. Like it was like the Dark Side of the Moon was,
fault, in my opinion, too. That's the studio fault because the studio should have told Michael Bay to try to stay faithful to the comic book.
I know,
just to the material.
It's a shame.
I say,
and they got a ride. If you ever go to Universal Studios, either California, they got one up here in Orlando, and they got the ride, and they got those characters in there, and the ride's fun. The ride's really fun, but they got Devastator in there too, and it's just like, oh my god! I was like, they got the crappy Devastator because it basically rides off the thing, and I was like, man, I hope they reboot this one day and they can actually put the real looking Transformers on there. See, Prime looks good.
Yeah, because you look at Rise of the Beast, right? If you look at behind the scenes, the Rise of the Beast on vehicles,
I mean, they're going to do Beast Wars. This is going to be like Beast Wars, right? The animated Beast Wars show, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like Beast Wars, flashbacks, I think, something like that.
Oh, okay. I mean, they're not going to have Optimus Prime. I saw little bits and pieces, but they're not going to have Optimus Prime in the Beast Wars and stuff. They're going to have the Beast War characters. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that
I know how some of these studios they like to let's just mix the regular Transformers with Generation 2 and Generation 3 and all that. I was like, they didn't do the first generation right. They needed to fix them first. I say we never got Unicron correct Unicron. All we got is a damn horn coming out of the ground, and so I mean that was the most disappointing Unicron. I mean,
I was too.
I'm like, that's not my Unicron, man. I want to see that big ass planet, with that. Tearing up some Cybertron's moons and come up there and it transform out there. That's my Unicron, man. That Unicron they gave us was not it was as bad. It was as bad as the Galactus they gave us in the Silver Surfer movie. That's as bad as it was.
Yeah, it was worse.
Yeah, pretty much. We got a cloud in that one. We got a big old cloud, and we got a horn on the other one. So I was like, you got two of the biggest, baddest robot characters in cinema, and we get a cloud and a horn coming out of the ground, and that's all we get. I'm like,
and Michael Bay didn't care. Seeing like I say, God, dog, man.
It was like he ran out of money, dude. It was like that's what I was telling my friends. I was like, that Fantastic Four 2, Fantastic Four, the second movie. Yeah. That movie, the Silver Surfer, was on spot. He looked great. I mean, Dr. Doom looked okay. I mean, the Fantastic Four, the cast I thought was really good.
Yeah.
But then you're like, okay, we're waiting for Galactus, and then like, oh hell yeah. And then we get a damn cloud, and he flies in the cloud, and that's all we get. And it's like, what the hell is this? And then in the movie is it's like they ran out of money. They spent all that money on that CGI on the Silver Surfer, and we ran out of money to make Galactus. It was like, what in the hell?
Yeah, shoot. It's the Optimus Primus in it. You got the Autobots, the Optimus Primal, and we got Maximum, the Terracons, and the Predacons. Oh shit! You know what I mean? That they got the Autobots power up, and they got the Decepticons with the power ups. You remember, like in the comics, like in
the Beast Wars shows.
Yeah, they had their own power ups with the small robots, and plus Megatron had theirs.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what happened in here.
Hopefully, when is that coming out? Next year?
2023. Because they say it.
So we got 2 more years.
No,
so we got 2.
And the thing about it, they was going to come out next year, but the thing is, Marvel had moved this stuff back. Remember?
Oh yeah. Well, the movies are all the movies are jammed up too. Well, the movies are all jammed up too because a lot of the movies it was supposed to get this year. They got pushed back. Like I think Top Gun and Mission Impossible and John Wick. There's a bunch. June 2023. Also, we got 2. So we got a good 2 year, almost 2 years, a year and a half almost. So well, they got plenty. They got plenty of time to make it look good. So they need to.
Yeah.
They need to work on it.
That
well, it's like Black Panther. You heard Black Panther. We may not get that till 2023. Also, they completely shut down production on it till next March, I think.
Because they need to just recast Black Panther.
Shuri's hurt. She's hurt. I guess seriously hurt, and they not gonna start production until 20.
If they would have, yeah, it's like I said, if they would just recast the Black Panther, then
they might have to now. They might have to recon the whole film because if she's the main character, and they said that she's hurt, and on top of that, I guess they have to be forced to do that jab, and she's not doing it, and so. I don't know if she's the main character, you're going to have to recast her too, or I
wouldn't recast her. I just would bring in just a new Black Panther.
But I'm afraid. I know what you mean, but I'm afraid they've already got. I think they were the way the scripts wrote that she's the main character. That's what it sounds like, especially if they're delaying it. Especially if they're delaying it to 2020, the March of 22 to start filming again. So that means that film is not going to be out till 2023 then. There's no way because you got to figure that's almost 6 months of delays of shooting. So, and it was supposed to be out in like October or November. So that means that movie is not going to be, if they start back in March, they won't finish filming till August, and that does not give them enough time to do the it takes like 6 months they say to do fix the films up and all that. So you're looking at least January or March of 2023.
Because the thing about it, if it's coming out in 2023, I will recast Black Panther. Sound like people might be mad at me saying it, but that's what Shuri.
I agree with you. I agree. They should have.
She do not need the Black Panther suit right now.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying. They should. I'm not saying they don't give it to her in the future, but there's too much story to be told by just getting rid of T'Challa altogether. That's just too early to get rid of him. I know it's untimely death and all that, but. The story wasn't planned for him to die, him to be wrote off yet. I mean, they was planning on him probably being 2 or 3 more movies, I'm assuming.
Because we know Neymar coming, and Neymar is a real powerful character. Yeah. Shuri, I like her, but the thing in the comic books is like she not as a skilled fighter as her brother in the comic books.
Yeah. And the problem with this movie is I hope not, because I really want to see Namor, and I hope it's good. It's going to be sad because the first movie was such a classic, and the second film is going to be, unless they figure out something, it's going to be sort of like the way. Say, did you how the first Ant-Man? I like the first Ant-Man. But but when Ant-Man and the Wasp in the second one, I liked it, but it was not as good as the first one, and it was sort of like a joke of the first one. That's what I'm afraid if all this keeps going on with this movie, it's going to be like we have this classic movie, and then we got the second one. It's like, okay, so it's an okay movie, or it could be as good as the first one type movie, and there's so much going wrong. I feel bad for the director because he's got, like I said, he's a great director. Well, I say he's a great director, and he probably already had a story written and ready to go, and he lost his actor, to an uncauseled death. So that made him have to redo his whole script, and and it probably is like, damn, I had a script I wanted, and it would have made sense, and now it's always hard when you got something it's perfectly set, and then you got to completely rewrite it and all that. So even if he
Snipes as a Black Panther,
I know, but
back in the day he wanted to be Black Panther.
Yeah,
the older.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could have what's his name? There's a lot. I mean, I've heard the Killmonger coming back.
They can cast just a new black actor, like I think
Yeah.
it's young in Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, you could get somebody. You could get. They did the Hulk. I mean, you could get somebody to look almost like Chadwick Boseman. You can get somebody, and it wouldn't hurt, and it would not, wouldn't tarnish his legacy. I mean, it wouldn't do nothing. You have to do it. It's just like the James Bond. I mean, if even the James Bond, they've moved James Bond to James Bond. After one, I don't think any of them did. I think didn't one die and then they had to replace him. But I'm gonna say, but that's the same thing. Sometimes you have to.
Old, I think.
But I'm just saying, one was old, but I'm just saying. I mean, it's not gonna. You're not disrespecting Chad. Chad. I mean, but I mean, you just can't. You can't. I mean, his character eventually. I mean, if you ever reboot the character, you got to have somebody else. You can't have him. The character's dead after he died. I mean, you can't put it that way either. Because I hate to say, the character was there before he was even Black Panther. So he was. Yeah. So Yeah, I was gonna say the comic. He's. I mean, the character's been before he was even born. I mean, the character's been there, written in the 50s or 60s. I'm saying. You just gotta. Sometimes you gotta do what's right for the film and all that. Some you can't, But I don't know. See, John Boyega could figure. Yeah, he could. I mean, there's a lot of actors, and I always say, look at the Hulk. They have replaced the Hulk 3 times.
Yeah,
the Hulk has been replaced 3 times. And War Machine been replaced twice. So,
because like the War Machine was the Terrence Howard War Machine. The Terrence Howard War Machine bounced off well off of Robbie Downey Jr. I think those two was the best. I think. Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard RGA. Both of them was a good fit. I think.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, I think what messed them up was sound like Tony. Robert Downey Jr. He took the money instead of him taking a pay cut to help out. To help him out.
That's what they said. That guy, what's his name? It plays Whiplash. They say he would never. You say he would never return because something like that. So they screwed him on money or something.
Because you look at it, I think that Terrence Howard probably would have stayed for another movie if Robert Downey Jr. probably would have cut down on his salary. I think. And they could bring it better actors, I think, around the movie.
Exactly.
Because you look at the they say that Henry Cavill is thinking about coming back ever since the Black Adam was coming in. They say, because he knows The Rock and his agent is the same agent and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I heard that The Rock wants him back before he can be in Black Adam, or the second one, or he may not be in the first one, but he might be definitely in the second Black Adam film.
And because we all know that WB need all the goodwill they can get right now, and WB cannot be stubborn right now, knowing them and push the fit that they in right now.
Exactly.
And put for Star Wars, sound like people might not like me saying this, but that's what bring in Zack Snyder just do some of y'all action scenes or stories or something.
Oh, bring Zack Snyder into Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, or even Marvel. Sometimes you need somebody some new taste. Some new perspective.
Yeah,
it's always get a new, somebody in there with new perspective and change little things out.
Yeah,
they got to get along with Kevin Feige. That's the only thing because he has a say over everything. But I really, that's the thing. At least Marvel has a leader that cares about the product, and you might not agree with everything that Marvel does and stuff, but he's pretty much 90% on spot on anything he makes or does. And like Kevin, instead of Kathleen Kennedy, who's, Star Wars, even those movies that we don't like or don't care for, they made a lot of money.
Yeah.
But they could have been made without her, and they would have made the same thing, or different. You know, she didn't help out. Trust me, Kevin Feige is a reason why a lot of those Marvel movies is made money, because he's a genius. He's like a Stan Lee. I mean, he's like the Stan Lee movie making Marvel movies. He knows he's in everything. He's pretty much the director in the flow, and then that's the way it should be. You know. Yeah, because if he let all those directors make those movies exactly what they want them, you wouldn't have nothing would connect, nothing. So I mean, he's made it where every movie connects or will connect or connects in the past or something.
Doing now because you look at Black Adam, Black Adam is something like connected to Shazam.
Well, that's the problem. See, that's the problem with WB's DC. Nothing right now. I don't know what will connect to nothing because we've already.
They said it during the WB thing. That they said in movies sound like Wonder Woman 84 just would connect to the new Black Adam movies and stuff like that.
It could. I don't know, but see that you got all these different characters and none of them seem like they're going to connect. So you're going to have the Flash. You know, I don't know if they're going to Flashpoint in or they're going back to Michael Keaton's Batman. I mean, nothing makes sense, you know, after that, you know, Snyder cut. And they still, what about Doomsday? They never finished it off. He hasn't came to Earth yet. You know, they're supposed to have that second part, you know. So they never really finished off the damn, you know,
like WB said, Flashpoint, the Flashpoint movie that's coming out. That got to erase some of the stuff that had nothing.
Yeah, basically they had to flashpoint it. It was like they had to magic marker half the characters. So we'll have a new Superman, we'll have a new Batman, we'll have a new. I guess Wonder Woman and Aquaman will be the same, but it's like
they said Superman staying the same too.
I guess if Cavill stays, I don't know. See that?
He's saying Cavill saying he's staying, but the thing is like he just looking for the contract just to be like which movies come out in the future for him to be able to sign which movies he could be in, and which movie can't be in. Because you know like WB don't got a whole slate already. They just got Black Adam, Shazam.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: it's like the new Batman. How does that tie in with? I want to see it. It looks great, but how does it tie in with all these other characters? See, that's the thing. I mean, that's the problem. That's the problem is that's what happened. If you didn't have a Kevin Feige in Marvel, you would have a bunch of movies. You would have a bunch of Rian Johnsons going in there making like Captain America, where it wouldn't have made no sense. And then you would have another Rian Johnson. You know, I'm just saying different Rian Johnsons. Then when it made Iron Man, and they had one that made Thor, and nothing would have made sense. You would have had they would have not interconnected or nothing. And then you're like, oh, then you could have had to figure out how in the world they would do Avenger film. That's the problem. You need somebody in there that does, go in there. They do give the directors some, leeway and have their vision. But they say, hey, but it has to connect. We can't just do a Rian Johnson where you go in there and kill Thanos in your regular movie, because we need Thanos in the it'd be like the Guardians of the Galaxy. Could you imagine if they'd have killed Thanos in Guardians of the Galaxy 2? I mean, that's about what that would have been if Rian Johnson would have been running that.
He probably did it too.
He would have did it. We'd have killed Thanos. somehow. And then when nobody would have killed Thanos, he would show like a meteor stone hitting Thanos on that little throne room he had up there in space and kills him and like, oh, Thanos is dead. And guess what? Now who the hell is the the villain in Infinity War? That's about what Rian Johnson did to us. That's what I'm saying. If you'd had these rogue directors just like him, you'd had the same damn thing.
How about this happen in the future? WB Multiverse that could eventually crush Marvel will survive after the superhero universe unprofitable. Yeah, so that kind of true.
DC, Warner Bros. DC has potential to beat Marvel if they just need somebody to go in there and lead them. That's the thing. And hopefully, when Warner Brothers just getting bought out by Discovery, now they're gonna get some fresh new bosses and fresh new money in there. And so hopefully they'll come in there and say, hey, we're going to find our own Kevin Feige, and I hate to say it, as fans, we might have to get that, ultimate reboot where we have to start over again. But, if we have to, you have to, because after you throw, 2 or 3 lugs into the engine and you already got the engine smoking and burning up, it's hard to fix that engine without just completely replacing it, So I'm just saying maybe, when they come in there and say, y'all have effed this thing up so bad. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to bring our own guy in or lady, maybe it's a woman, it don't have to be a guy, and say, this is our leader, and we're going to start over from fresh, and we're going to make this universe, and we're going to have it connected, and we're not going to rush it like they tried to rush it, make 2 films. Okay, we're going to make a Justice League. We're going to get the characters, we're going to bring them in and show their stories and then connect them.
And how about this happen? The big old Godzilla Infinity War type film and the Infinity Endgame type film be better than Marvel's, and that'd be so sad if I see a big old Godzilla film that puts me in animal. This be better than Infinity and Endgame film. Because
like the monster, you mean like the MonsterVerse over in the thing is that I like the monsters and stuff, but I'd rather see if I had to pick that or a comic book or like a Justice League or Avengers, I would take the Avengers over the MonsterVerse. I like it, but the problem is, you have some fans, but you don't have as big of a fan base of MonsterVerse as you would have a Justice League or Avengers.
Because you look at each movie doing the multiverse, more regular people are starting to learn about the multiverse just by each movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they keep on doing that, sound like Godzilla versus this monster, King Kong versus this monster. And those monsters come together to beat that one big monster. Sound like I had
my kids were watching it, and they didn't even know who like King Kong and Godzilla. They were watching. They watched all 4 of them together, and I watching. But I just don't think you're going to get as a big crowd as a DC universe or a Marvel universe.
Because they said that Godzilla versus Kong, something like that was the most profitable film of 2021 until the other film come out.
But if you look at it, they got all their money from China. China, over 2/3 of their money was from China and Japan, and that's big. That's big over in Japan. Godzilla and all that, man. That's their Spider-Man over there. That's their Godzilla does really good over in them Asian countries. That's their real because that's where it originally came from, the Godzilla and all that, the old films and all. So that's their main cup of tea over there anyway. So, but if you break it down, they made most of their money from like Japan, Korea, and China. See problem with a lot of these films like Shang-Chi and Black Widow and China would not put the movie in there. So you're losing $200-300 million when China says no, we want to show your film. That's the only reason, like Fast and Furious 9. If you took China's Fast and Furious money away, that movie would have made $200 million. It didn't do good here. It did okay, but it made all its money overseas.
Oh yeah,
that's a big market. China and Japan is a big market for like Fast and Furious and stuff, and Godzilla and stuff. But I say, if you took that away from them, like they did Black Widow and Shang-Chi, Shang-Chi would have did good in China, but I don't know. There was statements or something so they banned the movie. So that movie, they were dependent on China. So that movie would have did. It is still good. I think it made $500 million maybe combined worldwide, but that movie would have made probably $700-800 million if it would have got that China market.
Yeah, they say Bruce Tim is the figure of DC. Oh yeah, yeah, that is true. Now, because you see the DC animated stuff, that on the DC animated series stuff, that on the movies,
Mm-hmm.
he's the one that over the reason why it flowed together
Yeah.
so good. They, if they would put him just over the live action, he would tell all these directors what to do. I think.
He's he's the animated. He's the animated guy. The guy's the
Yeah,
animated. Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Why does DC have such great animation shows and like mini movies, but they can't do nothing in live action?
he was over it. Bruce Tim.
That's well, they need to hire him to do the live action, or
Yeah,
at least get in there and give them some storylines and stuff going.
yeah,
That's what they need. They got to need somebody in there. Say, hey guys, this Batman movie's got a tie with Wonder Woman, and it's got a tie with Aquaman, and it's got a tie. You get the top five. It's got to have Aquaman, the Green Lantern, Flash, Superman, and Batman. Those five. That's your top big five. Those movies got to tie in together, and then we can add these little side. We can add side characters. We can bring the Martian Manhunter in, and we can bring Shazam, and we can bring Black Adam, but they got to tie in together. When the top five don't even tie in together, how are you going to tie in little minor characters to the the universe? That's like I just like they were showing that they're going to make a Batgirl movie. Why do you need to make a Batgirl movie when you can't when you're still struggling to make a Batman movie? Make a Batman movie first, successful. Make the Superman successful. Make the Wonder Woman and tie them together. And then once you get the top five in, okay, you got your Justice League. Then just do like a Marvel did. Then you start bringing. You can bring your Batgirls or Martian Manhunters or all these other smaller Hawkman. All these characters, they got a lot of good characters. But why make a successful Hawk? Like a Hawkman movie. Make a Hawkman movie, but then you're struggling to make a damn Man of Steel too. You can't even make a Superman movie correct. But you're going to make a Hawkman movie. But how's that going to? People don't know who Hawkman is, but they will. If you make a successful Superman and you start bringing the minor characters into those bigger movies like Hawkman or Martian Man, like Martian Man. If you made a Martian Manhunter movie today, a lot of people won't know who the hell he is. For one, I mean, us, who's grown up with him.
Yeah,
but I can say, a lot of the kids today, you say, who's Martian Manhunter? A lot of people are like, I don't know who the hell that is. But if you
unless it's all Supergirl,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's not, like popular. Like just go up to a bunch of kids and say, hey, you know who Martian Manhunter? I mean, I would say maybe one or two of them might know him out of 10. Yeah. But I said, but you introduce him in Superman or one of them, and then you produce, and then you can we got him exposed. People know who he is. Yeah. Now we can make a Martian, which is like Black Widow. If you would have made a Black Widow movie. It would have made sense back in the day where it was, but if you'd have made like when the Iron Man movie came out, if you made Iron Man, then you made Hulk, and then you would have made a Black Widow movie before Black Widow was introduced in Iron Man. I mean, I'm saying before she was introduced in Iron Man, it was Iron Man 2. What she was? She was. If you'd have made that, people would be like, a few people know who Black Widow, but people were like, who the hell's Black Widow? I mean, why would you make a movie off a character that's not even well known, But after you got her, or a Hawkeye, Hawkeye's another example. You would have made a Hawkeye movie right at the beginning. People would be like, "Who's Hawkeye?"
But he was introduced in Thor, the first movie. If he wasn't introduced in Thor, then nobody wouldn't have known.
Even Thor, if Thor is a bigger character but not as well known, if they wouldn't have introduced him like they did, I mean, it would have been a failure.
Yeah, and they said Bruce Tim has started with Batman, then Superman, then Justice League, and that was smart. I think start with your most popular character, then you go to
your
Superman.
top five, your big five in DC. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, because the thing about it, they just make a Green Lantern show though. The Green Lantern show to put on. And that's smart.
Well, you're going to use top five, but your top three or your Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. You got to have those. You got to have these, making sense, connected, right away. Those three, that's your top three: Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. That's in DC. But actually your top six, and then you would go your Flash, Aquaman, and Green Lantern. Once you get all those six there together, I mean, then you're ready to go. But you got to get those top three. You got to have Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. You got to have those, making sense and connected first, and then bring that Flash in, bring that woman. Once you get those six in, then you're okay. Okay, then let's go make our Batgirls and other different type of movie, Hawkman, or Suicide Squad, different things. Then okay, now we can bring make it where it makes sense.
Because like more people know about the Suicide Squad than Flash now.
Yeah, I mean, only way people know about Flash if they go watch the television series. I mean, if you ain't watched the television series, then a lot of people, because he hasn't even had his own movie yet.
Yeah.
And Green Lantern, that's the thing. They made that Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds, but they didn't make it.
The whole thing, though.
They didn't. The problem was it didn't connect enough, and it was just off the wall. Like it didn't make no sense. It wasn't the greatest in the world anyway.
No, but I mean, they could have made that movie like on the tease at the end of that movie. They could make that tease into Superman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could have connected him. That they should have brought Green Lantern in the Superman movie first and introduced him. And then, like, after, everybody's like, oh, hell yeah, that's the Green Lantern. I remember him. So now they got him in a movie, and it's okay, now we're going to come out with the Green Lantern movie. But, make a Green Lantern movie out of the blue before you make a Superman movie or a Wonder Woman movie. Or see, they made that Green Lantern movie before they made a Wonder Woman movie. So it was like out of the blue, out of nowhere. So it was like they were just throwing dirt on the wall and see what would stick,
Just the thing about it, I think by making the Green Lantern show, they just try to put your faith back in people. You know what I mean? It sounds like
yeah. Well, I mean, basically, what they did to that character, they ruined that franchise. When they did that movie, and they ruined it because look, they never brought it. They teased, they teased them a little bit in the Snyder cut, but damn it, that's they didn't. That's a main character. That's a main character you basically just threw in the trash, I mean, that's not like that's a A-B character there. That's not a CD character, in DC. That's a main character that just pretty much said like, well, we don't have no faith in it because we bombed, it left, everybody with a bad taste in their mouth. So
yeah. Because like the Green Lantern show, right? They were thinking, right, the first season, right? You talking about the Green Lanterns, like the second season, they can introduce the White Lanterns, the other Lanterns, and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got the whole Lanterns. There's there's a bunch of them. I mean,
yeah,
it's just
if they will tease them throughout the show.
Oh yeah,
and they can bring back the franchise, I think, too, if they actually do it.
Oh yeah. That's what I said. DC has a lot of great characters. They just don't know what they have. And what's so good about DC? They're not. See, Marvel did really good for what they had to deal with, because the problem before Disney and Kevin Feige got started with Marvel Studios, you got to look as Marvel was bankrupt back in the early 80s, 90s. They sold all their movie rights off to almost every studio, so they lost a lot of characters. Then they've gained them all back, but they've gained most of them all back for Spider-Man. But you got to look. They had to start off with Iron Man. That was their number one character. They had to make Iron Man their number one character. And Iron Man, when they started out, was not a character. He was a C character, I would say. You got to look. They didn't have no Spider-Man because they sold it off to Sony. They had no X-Men and no Fantastic Four because they sold it off to. They sold them off to Fox, and they sold Daredevil off to Fox. The Punisher was sold off to Lionsgate. Man-Thing was sold off to Lionsgate. Ghost Rider was sold off to Sony. The Hulk was sold off to Universal and Namor. So basically, and I think Thor, and I think even Thor and Captain America, they just got those back because I think Sony or Fox had Thor, and because the rights reversed right back before they started working on Iron Man. So they didn't even have those two also. So basically, they were working with just Iron Man, and it's their top start off character. So I mean, they grew really big. See, now DC has everything in one. They don't have all their properties thrown off everywhere.
Do you think that Booster Gold is coming within the Bluebeard series since those two work together in the comic books a lot?
You never know. I mean, that's it could be. I mean, I don't know. That's like I said, DC has everything. They don't have no restrictions. They have all their characters under their own studio. You know what DC needs to do is they need to make just like Marvel. Marvel has Marvel Studios. They need to make DC Studios. They need to break off Warner Brothers. See, the problem is they need to break off Warner. They can still be owned by Warner Brothers, but But problem now is with DC is they just throw it in there in the Warner Brothers banner, and they don't have them like they're a separate company. They need to break off where they have DC Studios, where they have, like I said, the one person is over them, over that company, oversees everything. That would be the best thing for them. Make a DC Studios, just like Marvel. Marvel is owned by Disney, but they're their own branch. They're like Pixar. They're their own branch. They're like Star Wars or Lucasfilm. They're their own brand. See, the problem with DC is the same guy who's making the It franchise or is making the Batman franchise. He has the same. See, there's no the head of their studio. It's the same guys making the calls. Okay, we'll greenlight Batman. Okay, we'll greenlight It. We'll greenlight Space Jam 3. Okay, but see, now you go over to Marvel. You have Kevin Feige's going to be the one saying, okay, he's the one saying, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. You don't have the head of Walt Disney Studios, or he has some say, but you have Kevin Feige, which is basically the one who say, okay, we're going to make this Iron Man movie. And that's all he's worried about. He's not worrying about making the Mickey Mouse movie or the Pinocchio movie. He's worried about making the Iron Man movie. See, probably over in Warner Brothers, you had the guy say, okay, we're going to make the Bugs Bunny show. Okay, we'll make a Batman show too. I don't know about Green Lantern because we bought that, so we'll make a Hawkeye show. I'm just saying, or a Hawkman show. See, that's the problem. You don't have a main. That's why it would be good if they would say, DC Studios.
But the thing about me, right? That what I learned about DC is like when DC make a good movie, it makes a lot of money when they do.
If that's what I'm saying, if they have their own studios, they need to produce this. Like I said, with this, hopefully with this Discovery's buying them out. So that's gonna be with them buying them out. So it'll be Discovery Warner. So they're gonna merge those two mergers together. So hopefully with new leadership, see they're gonna the head guy of Discovery Networks he's gonna be over Warner Brothers. So he'll be the main guy. So hopefully he'll go in there and say, okay, we got a gold mine here in DC, but you know what? We need to, just like I have my Animal Planet, it's Animal Planet separate from Discovery, so it's its own little production network. Well, we're gonna make DC have its own production network because then we have DC Studios, and we're gonna put whatever that guy did. What's the name was talking about? We're gonna grab him. We're gonna put him over there, and he's gonna be in charge of that. And we'll have somebody, and he'll answer to somebody. But he's only worried about DC Sim, so and he'll have his own division. That will help it out majorly. That'll help it out majorly.
Yeah,
you'll see it so much.
And plus, in my opinion, right, so like the Ultraman series, right, was owned by Netflix. You made Ultraman, the one back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Sound like Ultraman sound like the Justice League and the Avengers. If they ever make that live action and put that in theaters, that would. And their first movie actually be a hit, sound like Iron Man was. Mm-hmm. That will force Disney to say some different studios is doing the same thing that you're doing and actually taking it further. And that will force Disney to be able to change their formula too, or certain movies.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Job says we got 3 lurkers in the chat. Yeah, anybody's in the chat, they want to put a question out there. I mean, we'll be, or anybody wants to come on and talk with us. I mean,
Yeah,
I know he said we
and
got 3 people watching us. So I mean, anybody wants to shoot some questions out? I mean, we always love questions, man. It helps helps out the conversation, all that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and if you heard about the some of the games, right, that were canceled, something like the Power Ranger game or something like that were canceled.
Mm-hmm.
It was something like the Avengers game that came out,
Oh
but
yeah.
you could make your own character and go
Oh,
on the
okay.
adventure. This shit, the studio canceled it because they said that they would make an Avengers game,
Oh
and
wow.
guess how that turned out. The
Mm.
new Avengers game, something like that.
I
That came out.
I don't really play a lot of video games, but a lot of people said they didn't like it. But they say that Guardians of the Galaxy game's really good. Somebody told me that's the Guardians of the Galaxy game's also pretty good.
Oh yeah, because and that's why asking people because should I buy the new Avengers game? Should I not buy it?
I heard it wasn't the greatest. I mean, I'm not a video game player, but the people a lot of people I know that play them, they said the Guardians of the Galaxy game was good, but they said the Avengers game was not that great.
And that's sad though, and that's sad. And the name
Now
is
the
Avengers, and that's kind of
now the
sad.
Spider-Man game is really good. Now they say the
Yeah,
Spider-Man game's good.
the thing with the Spider-Man game is if they were actually putting on Xbox, that would actually be
Yeah,
good.
it's only on PS5. Yeah, you have to because it's
And
Sony produced. Sony produced.
I hate that part though. I hate that part. It just on Sony.
Yeah.
Man, I hate that part too, man. I say, God, dog, that's all y'all got it on is just on PlayStation.
It's because it's the company who's producing it. Sony owns. They bought the company who produced it, so they sort of make it. They're sort of making it exclusive. They're trying to make people buy the PS4s and 5s for it.
Cause shoot,
Yeah.
I didn't buy the PS4 for it.
Well, it's like Halo. It's like Halo. It's like Halo because Microsoft owns the Halo rights, so that's why you only see it on Xbox.
Oh, I got an Xbox One. I had an Xbox One and Xbox 360. Because think about it, I used to buy PlayStation until the PS3 came out, and that system just was messed up.
Yeah, that wasn't the greatest. PS2 was really good. I had a PS2 a long time ago. I never got a PS3. I bought my son has a PS4, and that's the only thing I got right now. I had somewhere in the closet somewhere. I have a 360, and I got the old Nintendos and stuff. But yeah,
my Super Nintendo they had. I gave it to my cousins and stuff like that, put it on the half. But the thing about it, when I just finna get it back, my cousin said they tore it up. I said, God, I should have never given y'all nothing because that's what I had that system for 10 years. It says I never tore it up.
Oh yeah,
I give y'all in a month, and y'all tore it up.
Oh yeah, I had that original old Nintendo, man. I got somewhere. Actually some of them games are worth money, a lot of money if you got certain ones.
Yeah, because think about it, I gave my cousins the games and stuff like that. I said, God, I should have kept them. If you had any of
those Pokemon games and stuff, them things worth a lot of money. That people buy them things like crazy.
Yeah, and for the Nintendo Switches and stuff like that, I might have to buy a Nintendo Switch just to get the Pokemon games. I say, God, though, because Nintendo ain't sharing nothing with nobody.
No.
I said, God, I hate that part too. I said, God, what's wrong with y'all, man? Man, I don't share nothing.
So give me one second. Let me go grab me a water real quick.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, the Halo games. I probably should stream it, but that I just got to buy the cords and stuff in order to put it on it, just to see which Halo I would like to stream because the thing games I like. I got the new Nexus. I think they came out, and shoot, Some of the games I got is NBA 2K, Madden. I got Injustice. Um, I got Cyberpunk. There's a lot of games. There's a lot of games I like. Sound like Cyberpunk, everything else like that. Oh, shoot, you find the old PSP. Oh, so you got the PSP. So you went back, and I got my PS2 in my. Oh shoot, man! If I would have my old stuff, something like the old Nintendos, I probably would scream that like crazy. I think, in my opinion, I would have screaming all that. In my opinion, because like the games I like and stuff like that would have been like the old Nintendo games and stuff like that. If I would have kept it, because like some of my stuff I gave away to my cousins. Some of my cores I had that helped me stream. I gave it away for people to help them out. I say, God, and that's my problem with it. Because the thing about me, in my opinion, I feel like people like are just like PlayStation people. PlayStation people think this system is all that. And PlayStation system people online is rude. Some people online PlayStation is rude, bro. They is rude to a T. The PlayStation people. I learned that too quick because I used to have PS3 or something like that. I used to go online with them. Them suckers is rude. Some of them. I say, God, duh, shoot, man. I just started talking with y'all, and y'all cursing out people online, calling them gay, everything like that. I said, what in the world? What happened? What happened? Just be friendly competitors.
Yeah, my son plays that Call of Duty all the time, man. He's there hollering and screaming. I'm like, God, it's just a game, guys. I like, yeah, like somebody's fighting in the room. I was like, just a game.
Yeah, shoot, and that's the thing too.
I ain't got patience with it. I just don't have time to. I don't have time for it anymore.
Yeah, because think about it. If I do start streaming it and stuff like that, oh shoot, I'll just screen the games I like to play. That's it. Sound like the Nintendo games, feel like they get a lot of views if you stream Nintendo Switches games.
Mm-hmm.
Sound like you got to know what the games stream and stuff like that too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Sound like the Cyberpunk game I got. I started, but I didn't finish it and stuff like that. But shoot, I just might stream that online. I think if I get all my parts I need, just connect to my laptop and stuff I got to be able to stream it, then that'd be good too. Because some people think streaming is easy, but it's not.
Yeah.
Some people think you just stream and that's it. No, so you got to spend money.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss the old video games. So it's like, I'm like my kid. I remember like the old. It's the problem, man. Like a lot of the games now, it takes you forever to get started. It's like, God, you gotta download, and it takes 2 or 3 hours, and this.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was last time, and then you gotta buy the expansion pack. You gotta buy the extra. You're playing something, you buy the extra magic packs and this, and I'm like, what happened to the days? I mean, the old Nintendo, man. All you have to do is take the cartridge out. Sometimes you remember it all the time. They say to blow it. Make sure there's no dust in it and put it in there, and the game starts playing right away. I mean, the Pixels one is great. But hey, I didn't have to buy no extra sword for Zelda, or I didn't have to spend extra. I was like my daughter. She plays this Roblox game on her. She said, "I need $20." I said, "How much? What are you spending $20 on?" I said, "You just bought one last week." Oh, to add, I guess I don't know what it is. I guess you build characters.
You add armor or something.
Yeah, and I'm like, to put a new hat on or something. I said, for $20. I said, what the hell? I said, it should be a new game.
Why can't she just earn that hat
Oh, I guess that's what I was saying. I was like, damn it! I said, what the hell is this? They're like scamming for kids and all that. I mean, you got me spending hundreds of dollars on a stupid game. I'm like, because like I said, I remember back in Zelda, man. You know, it was like, I mean, you just go, you go kill a couple monsters and get a couple diamonds, and okay, I can go bargain with the wizard in the cave, you know, and I didn't spend no money. It just maybe had to play an extra 10 minutes or something. I miss those days.
yeah. Because like the old days,
everything now,
you got to do is earn it.
Yeah, everything now is okay to make it to the next level. You got to have this power sword. Oh, but the only way you can get the power sword, you have to go to the PS4 shop and spend $10 for this. I'm like, what the hell?
That more like a PlayStation thing, because for Xbox, people just don't make you buy stuff like that. You look at PlayStation games, stuff like that, it's mostly them. I noticed that. It's mostly them that do it.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, it's just ripping people off, man. And then these kids, and then it's called. I mean, they should make it a crime, man, because they're making kids buy all this crap. You know, like, you know, I'm like, come on. After you spend $49 for the game or $59 for the game, you know, you shouldn't have to buy a crap for it unless it's an expansion pack. But that expansion pack should be a whole new game. I mean, I know, you know, they had these, you know, games. Okay, we're going to buy the expansion pack, but the expansion pack was like a whole new game on top of the game. So it wasn't like, oh, you get 2 swords and 2 rocks to throw at the monster. That's all you get for, you know, $5.99. I mean, it was $10.99. Is, you know, whatever.
Yeah, because I hate that. I hate that jump. We got to pay for.
I mean, I like the new games are cool and all that, but I like the old days. I like the old 80s and 90s days of playing games, man. I enjoy them better. I know the graphics are not the best, but you know, it's just not. I enjoy them better.
Because like don't you got some of the emulator games online you just can play?
Yeah.
Because shoot, if they had some of the emulator games online, I just might screen that on certain days. If they have it online, I just might screen the emulator games. If they have that, I'll say, yep.
Only games I like playing the only games I like playing on. See, he got that at Call of Duty. I ain't got patience for that. He's like, because he wanted me to play with him the other day, and I mean, he knows I can't. He knows where every hiding spot, man. He was like shooting me away. I said, "What's like? Oh, forget this, man." I said, I'm not playing, wasting my time. I like playing the sport now. If I'll go and play NBA, 2K, you know, that or Madden, and that's about it. That's about it. Or the hockey game or baseball. That's the only sports games I like playing on it. But when it goes beyond sport, I don't really care for none of those other games. I don't have the patience. Yeah, I can play NBA and Madden all day. That's my 2 favorite.
Oh yeah, because Madden games is kind of easier to play because you know which button to press, which receiver gonna be open, who your best players on the team.
But at least on them games, you don't have to buy no extra footballs or extra helmet pads or something like that. At least once you buy the game, you're pretty much done. You just gotta make sure it's in the system. I would hate to imagine that. Oh, your player is missing some cleats, so you're gonna have to go to the store and buy some cleats for him at the PlayStation store. I could just see them doing that too. You know, it's like, we you know, we got some helmets that's broken, so you know, so we're gonna have to have that magical stuff over in the PS4 store if you can get your helmets replaced or something. I can just see that. You play FIFA, Jason? I had it on the soccer. I had that on when I had an Xbox 360. I had the FIFA soccer. I haven't got it. I never got it. Only sports games I got on because it's my son's. It's his game system. Only thing I bought for that is actually I don't even have a Madden anymore. The only thing I got there is the new NBA. I got the brand new NBA game. Yeah, the one with the Kobe Bryant, the one that had the Kobe Bryant series. So it's like a special. That's the only because they had it. I got it at a place they had it for like 50% off. So it was. So I was like, I grabbed that real quick. But yeah, I need to get me a new Madden game. I want it because I want to get with the Brady one. But But yeah, that's the only sports game I got right now. I had some for like the old Xbox, but I don't have that system anymore. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had all the sports games. I had the baseball, the soccer, the hockey, and all that, the race car, and all that. I used to play them, but yeah, only thing I got now is the NBA. I haven't even played. I haven't played it in like 2 months either. So my son's he's playing Call of Duty on it all the time. So I haven't even had.
I like Call of Duty, but it's good. But the problem is, like, you got to always know, like, if you're not good at the arenas, you pretty much messed up.
He's good at it. He's on that thing since when he gets up. When he's like today, he was off. He was on it since this morning. I told him he had to go do some other things because he'll be on there all day playing that thing. And I was like, you gotta get your ass outside and do some exercise. And I tell him he's a little chubby. He's a little chubby. He's a teenager. He's 12. So he's teenager, but I said, man, he tells me all this army stuff, and I said, but he's a little chubby, and all that. I said, dude, you need to get out there, and you want to be in the army, man. They're gonna shoot you, man, because you're a big old target. I said, you gotta get out and run a little bit. I said, trust me, you get out there in the battlefield, you ain't gonna have a PS4 controller, shooting Uzis and stuff. I mean, you gotta be able to run for the woods and stuff. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Had Tony Hawk America. I had Tony Hawk. I had one. Yeah, PS2. I think I had one on PS2. Tony Hawk game. I had one on the Xbox. What was it, the Nintendo? Was it 3? What's the Nintendo 64? I had one.
Yeah.
I had one on that one too.
Do you have the Nintendo GameCube?
I did, but I only got like 2 games on it, and I did not like it. And I sold it, got rid of it. I didn't like it. I didn't care for the system. I had that, and I had a Wii too, but it was okay.
I didn't like the Wii U.
Yeah, the Wii U. I had the one, and then I had the Wii U. I didn't care for it. The controllers were a little.
They kind of messed up.
Yeah, I mean it was okay. I never got the what's the new Nintendo? I never got that.
You talking Nintendo Switch?
Switch. I never got that one. I never bought that one.
But the only reason why I just might buy the Switch is just for the Pokemon games. That's it. That's it.
One thing nice about the Switch is like it's like a tablet, so you can take it with you, and that's the only thing really nice about it. But I never got it. I don't have time to play them. I mean. It's something if my kids want, I probably would get it for them, but I have no really into it.
Yeah. Jason, I will see y'all Wednesday on a stream. I'll see y'all stream on Wednesday.
Okay.
I'll see y'all. Yeah. Do you want to shout out just your channel before you leave?
Yeah, if anybody's watching, I haven't did nothing lately. It's Jason Lee Tucker Statement. I usually I'm gonna try to get back going again. I got this new work schedule, so I'm gonna have to stream late or stream during the weekends. I was gonna stream today or tomorrow, so okay. I usually talk about comics, same thing, movies, wrestling. Okay. I usually me and my partner had a show we would talk about wrestling all the time on it, but he's has a lot of medical issues, so he hasn't been able to get on there for a couple months, and I just sort of been on a hiatus. But yeah, we go to some wrestling shows and stuff, and we talk about some wrestling and sports and different things. So but I'm gonna try to get back going again, and try to get some different programs and stuff. So anybody want to check it out? And John, I appreciate for the sub. And like Wednesday, I mean, if I'm free and I get a chance, I'll try to pop in here with you on the Wednesday night.
All right. I'll see you later then.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great night and have a good weekend, a good Thanksgiving coming up.
All right. You too.
All right, guys.